gathered your resources, your allies, and your courage, and you had Egan, who wasn't here, to defend himself below the conch shell. In doing so, you guys all teleported somewhere else. It turned out you had teleported beneath the ocean, at the bottom of the Great Sea, maybe, in a stronghold, in a palace, as it were, inhabited by storm giants. You did do a little reconnaissance during the 20-plus days that you studied the giant language. And during that time, you learned that storm giants ain't no slouch. You managed to talk down the guard who met you at the teleporter, who it turned out was actually just a butler, who then took you to meet with 2 of the royal family. They graciously offered to let you spend the night, so that, in the morning, you could speak with their sister, who's currently managing the affairs of the Storm Giant people. However, in the middle of the night, there was some kind of misunderstanding, and now there's this big fight. I don't know what's going on with that, but we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out now. So I'll take you back over the map. I feel like that was a totally unbiased retelling of what happened.
Clearly. Gyoza is just resetting his computer because he lost audio during the recap. So
that sucks.
Hopefully he's not the first turn on the turn marker.
Let's bring up that turn marker. No, it is back from the dead and immediately 20 days later thrown into a fight against 5 giant lords. Ias. All right, cool. Let's change out for some combat-y music. Let's see. Need something with a little bit of energy. Really like this particular mix. I'm gonna use this one. So maybe not, because the fight's not gonna last that long. I don't think. I think it'll be over quick.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ias sees that there's a giant in the door, but hears that Sergeant Carrick Borgash and Egan are both telling her to hold her fire, to stand down. All right. So that is what she's going to do. She's just going to have a bow shot readied, and that'll be that. All right. Sergeant Carrick Borgash, just jumping right back into it.
Yeah. I will continue a neutered posture, and I will just. Hopefully, this will get resolved, because fighting is not going to resolve it. Hopefully, we can continue talking your way out of it.
The saddest thing I've ever heard Carrick say.
Yeah.
I could hear you very faintly, Gyoza. You want to try again? Hello?
Gyoza, can you hear us?
There's nothing on him. Oh, wait, no.
Gets you still having
something's happening.
audio troubles.
Yeah, his audio cut out halfway through our recap.
May want to try a hard reset of the whole system.
I thought that's what he did.
I think that's what he did, yeah.
Oh. If you're on a laptop and you're having sound issues, one way to fix it is to take the battery out, hit the power button for about 30 seconds, put the battery back in. I learned that it destatics the computer, which is one thing that could be causing audio problems.
You want to type that into general for him in case he can't hear us?
Okay. All right. Do we want to? Maybe he should just phone in so he could listen at least.
He's not even responding to an @ in Discord though, so I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, like when I'm a player, I'm like not even at my computer most of the time. I'm just like wandering around on my phone.
Wait, that's an option?
Yeah, I guess.
I feel guilty running to grab like a refill of water. I'll finish like my battle turn and I'll be like, okay, I can go real quick. Ah.
Oh man, my headset is wireless and has a really good range and a button to mute the mic on it. So I just walk around and get drinks every now and then.
It's nice. It's very liberating. All right. Seeing that you're standing down, the storm giant nods at you slowly. But he does stand menacingly before the door. All right, Salem, to you.
Sorry, I was typing in everything I said about the whole
sure.
static thing. Yeah. So the ice giant is behind the clouds. Can't see us at the moment.
Correct. You can't see them. They can't see you.
Yeah. Cloud giant and stone giant seem to be on our side. Fire giant, as I thought, just wants to fight. So, but she also wants me as a pet.
Are you into that? I guess is the thing.
So I'm gonna give her an ultimatum. Salem's gonna be like, if you stop fighting now, I will let you hold on to me for as long as we're here.
If she has any familiarity with felines, that's a really good deal, because normally, you get 2 seconds of holding and then they leave.
Hey, we can hear you now.
Hey,
we can hear you.
Oh. Okay.
Yay.
All right. You know what? That is so ridiculous that it might work. Give me a persuasion check. Okay. She kind of narrows her eyes at you. She looks over at the other two giants who are kind of, standing off against her. She looks back at the clouds. The cloud giant says, oh yeah, they have left. The sisters, they left us here to finish the dirty work.
Oh, I'll also whisper. Also, if you're hurt, I can heal you. Wink.
Okay.
Wink. Just say it out loud.
No, physically. No. Physically.
All right. She kind of nods slowly at you.
Yeah.
All right. From the other side of the electrified cloud, you hear the frost giantess shout out, what are you doing? We are supposed to fight. That was the order we were given. Bring down your magics now, Val, or stand as a traitor against the storm giants. In reply, you hear Braxow, the stone giant, call back, they are not. Who leads? Only one princess leads the storm giants, and her command was never heard by these ears. All right, that brings us to Midnight, who's awake at this point and pretty pissed, kind of like destroying the bed, tearing it up, grabbing leftovers from the table. Larionis.
I am going to stand from prone and possibly create a debate. I'm going to draw my sword and cunning action aim and cut this bitch's Achilles tendon off.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No, this is a problem. We literally just stopped her from fighting.
Yeah, she also just kicked me into a wall.
Well, maybe you should be near the wall.
All right, we're off to the races again. Okay. I'll keep the combat tracker open. Give me a damage. That definitely hits. All right. She cries out in giant, talking directly to Salem. Betrayer.
If we're going off of this, I am her ally and not Larionis's right now.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So I'm also going to then, because I use my sneak attack, and the giant to the north of us is still an aggressor.
Mhm.
This guy, he's within 30 feet of her, I think. Oh no, he's not. Never mind. No,
Okay.
it's 35. I'm gonna save this for later. Never mind. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Yeah. This cloud giant kind of looks down at you and cocks his head, like not really sure what that was about. You see this storm giant right here come charging in. All right, let's see what we got.
I hear some doggos charging in.
That was the sound of a storm giant.
All right. He's got a pretty decent speed. Let's see, 30, 40. Yeah, okay. So he'll push past her. Oh, do you opportunity attack him?
No, I'm more confused that he didn't just straight up attack us.
Oh, he wants to get in a good position to attack lots of people. He gets to make 2 greatsword attacks.
Oh yeah, that's
Plus,
right.
this is the one that just attacked the giants, so that's who he's going to try to attack.
Larionis, you petty
so-
shit.
Yeah. Well,
Larionis, here we go.
in the arms of an angel. Fly away, fly away.
Here we go. Greatsword attack. First one,
That's a lot of dice.
28 for 37.
That'll be a reaction uncanny dodge to turn that
Sure,
into,
sure.
into 18 only. Only.
Okay.
Ugh.
All right, swings again.
Oh fuck, that hits.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
All right, that is his turn since he's just a basic bitch. All right, Gyoza. To you.
Let's see. Not prepared.
He's charging his laser.
Probably gonna heal Salem. I don't know what else. I'm doing something to heal Salem, whatever that might be.
Okay, so there's like a bar that's filling up that says heal, but you need a little bit of time. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you're like up in the air, aren't you?
I am
Yeah,
currently.
he's 15 feet. It says.
All right, then healing word Salem.
Oh yeah. Oof. I like it because I'm about to hurt myself. Thank
All
you.
right, and I guess I'll take the dodge action.
That is
yeah,
such a
do that.
disgusting healing word. Jesus.
Life cleric. Yeah. Some would say the only good healer in the game.
Not complaining.
All right, Egan. To you. This guy, seeing that this guy is fighting again, has no more leadership, sees that she was about to stop fighting and now is fighting, seems to be aggroing again.
Oh god.
I would like to rage,
Okay.
and I will attack.
See, this all could have been done and over with, but no.
Some people look
Why?
up their-
Why are we? No!
I had
Not
this
only-
action predetermined
We
over a week
can
ago.
Absolutely blame Lars.
All it takes is one shot fired. One shot
you,
fired.
you literally heard Salem talk her down. You were right there.
All right. As you rage, Ias shoots at this dude. All right.
Maybe
That does not hit.
rinse and repeat. Still doesn't.
Wow. Okay.
All right. That is all.
Okay.
Marcus, use your charisma.
Yeah.
Thinking
Seeing
of
all
how
those
to
characters
use
be
my
like,
They're not. They're,
charisma.
they're putting
What are you
putting a lot of pressure on you, Marcus. They're putting a lot of pressure on you. Marcus. Yeah.
You just have to stop the storm giants. We can take down Firebase.
Marcus has got something.
I swear, if the next words I hear, you pull out that wand.
Now, Salem, you're still concentrating on a banishment, right?
All right.
I haven't banished anyone.
I got a guy banished. Is that? Oh no, that guy
No, I've
swam.
got a-
That guy swam away when
Yeah,
he saw the leaders.
yeah,
Okay.
he
Yeah,
dipped.
yeah.
Okay.
He was like
All right.
Guppy
Uh,
mode. He swam away.
No, the thing that I have on the musical note is tongues.
Gotcha. Okay.
I am going to yell out to Lars that he must calm himself, because if he does not hold himself back from these from petty revenge, he can doom us all right now. And I'm going to cast Calm Emotions on him. And I'm going to center it right here on everybody here. And I don't care if I'm affected by it.
Damn.
Basically,
Oh
good,
wow.
good. And
Wow.
yeah, basically, I'm gonna cause you to stop being hostile towards them. That's
Okay.
what I'm going for.
Charisma saving throw.
Indeed.
They are. Let's see. You attempt to suppress strong emotions in a 20-foot radius sphere.
Am I in the sphere?
Well,
yeah, you
We'll
would
find out
be.
in a second because we're gonna drop this here fireball down.
What?
It's the
20
size
foot-
of a
it's
fireball.
20 foot.
I know.
Nope, that's not the right one. Hold on.
Ah, that's a flaming sphere.
There we
It
go.
was close.
All right, Marcus. This is whose emotions you're calming with your fiery smolder.
Well, I'm going for Lariona specifically, but basically,
Okay.
like, trying to cause him to
You
stop
could
being.
just-
Sorry.
You could go there.
Nah, do it.
Yeah,
up
yeah,
here
sure.
where the
On
other-
my-
or
on
do it on the
myself
other
and-
giant.
No, it won't affect
On the other
him.
storm giant.
It won't affect him.
Giants aren't humanoids.
Yeah, they are not human. It
No,
won't affect.
that's
This
You know
is
who else
specifically
isn't
for
a humanoid?
Larionis.
Me.
The new Thylaean
Actually-
satyrs.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
This is gonna be right here, where he's just in the
I
radius.
just forgot.
Because I'm hoping to also get Egan and Ias
I'm
potentially
amazing.
over there.
So note that you're not calming the giants, you're calming us to make us get killed by the giants. Thumbs up,
you
buddy.
just attacked him. Yes, absolutely.
They
And I'm
attacked us. Look at Salem. He's wounded.
Let's. Hey, don't
This
drag
was-
me into this.
this
I
was-
talked her down.
Yeah, no, this was before we calmed them down. Now you need to hold yourself back, and I'm going to make you indifferent to that. That's why I'm casting the spell on you.
All right.
well-
So, if you're in the sphere, you got to make charisma saving throw. Yeah, charisma saving.
Yes.
I just realized that I'm not humanoid.
Throw. Oh, you're good. Okay. Well, you aren't in the sphere anyways.
Yeah, I'm not in the sphere. I was
All
like,
right.
oh,
So
wait a-
Gyoza
15
and
DC.
Gyoza and Larionis, you guys are under the effects of a calm emotions. Yeah, you guys don't really wanna fight anymore. I guess you're just super indifferent to everything. You got your meds. All right.
After
I'm
which-
assuming Marcus has made us indifferent to the giants.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Mm.
And I'm going to shout out to the Giants afterwards
Okay.
to apologize on behalf of my allies. A couple of us may have our emotions get the better of us, but you can be assured that we will no longer continue hostilities with you. I already used my action, so I guess I won't really be
Yeah.
a persuasion.
All
or
right.
anything,
So
but-
Tartha looks down at Lars, who he's wearing a mask, but he is just sort of like standing there, no longer in an aggressive pose, just kind of like swaying side to side, feeling the air currents, just kind of feeling the damp, just chilling, just relaxing. All right. She looks down at him. She looks down at her bleeding ankle.
I can fix it. I can fix it.
She,
And I'm gonna start. I'm gonna use my reaction to start like doing the whole kitty biscuits.
She raises her greatsword and she brings it down towards Larionis.
I told you I could fix it. You're just dumb.
Oh shit!
Oh, nope,
It misses. It misses. All right. He just sort of sways out of the way, and then she brings it down again. Non-lethally, she brings the side of the flaming sword down and just kind of conks him on the top of the top/side. I guess his entire fucking head. There is a coconut sound, and he just crumples like a sack of bricks.
There's a little KO. That's great.
She unleashes an angry roar, and blows out a steamy breath. She looks to you, Marcus, and she looks to the cloud giant and the stone giant, and she nods. And she says, it's not my fight. I'm not gonna die here for this bullshit. I'm leaving. If you try to stop me, the fighting resumes.
Do you want to be healed first?
I guess she's out of action, so we'll see if anybody else continues fighting. This guy who got shot, honestly, it was like a mosquito bite with the amount of HP these things have. So he's just kind of like in giant. You're angry. I understand. We abuse our hospitality. It is okay. You can be calm like these others. And he looks over at Gyoza, who's just got a like little smile on his face, just sort of staring up at the ceiling.
I wave at him.
See, he is with peace. The lords have stood down, and so shall I. Backs away from you, Egan. You take an opportunity attack?
I do not.
Okay. Alright. Let's see. This guy is gonna stand here. He's gonna ready in action in case some shenanigans start up. He's gonna ready in action in case some shenanigans start up. This guy is gonna maintain concentration on the lightning fog cloud, but he will also stand by for shenanigans. That brings us to the top of the round. All right. Ias calls out, I'm really sorry. I'm having a lot of trouble following what's going on in this fight. All right. Carrick.
I'm going to put a hand on Egan's shoulder, and if he'll permit me, I'd like to back him away from the hallway and away from that storm giant.
Okay. If you guys are all right with ending combat, those of you that are awake and able to cast your vote, I can take you out of initiative.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Simply because I already told her I would, I am gonna try and heal her.
Okay,
the
sure.
fire giant. But I'm gonna do it in an adorable cat way. So like I land and do the whole like thing where cats like start doing the zigzag between legs.
So you rubbing up against her?
He's a cat. He's a
Well,
giant
no,
cat.
I'm just trying to like envision it in my mind.
Yeah, for his fan fiction. So,
I'll go ahead and where's my spell at? Here we go. I don't know how much damage she took. Where'd it go? She took a lot more than I.
she took a beefy amount of damage. All right.
I'll just. She gets 36 points.
All right. As things calm down, the cloud is removed. The blocking terrain is going to go away. Let's see. you're gonna see as the as the cloud kind of dissipates, you see Helenhild standing at the edge of the dissipating electrical mists, looking angry, spells at the ready, still covered in her armor of Agathis. And you also see a new no, sorry, that's not the face. You see standing in the stairway is the harpist from earlier, and she is just kind of watching wide-eyed at the scene, and then she flees up the stairs.
The fire giant's intending to leave, correct?
I mean, depending on what happens with the advisor, if he's the traitor, she might get fight.
Well, she watched as you damaged yourself to heal her, which, coming from anyone except a cute cat, would be a tremendous sign of weakness. But coming from a cute cat, was an awfully nice thing to do. So, grumpily, she goes and stands by this wall with her weapon ready, eyeing this dangerous creature on the ground, and says, I will stay, and I will bear witness to what happened. Because of this one. And she kind of touches you in the chest with the point of her greatsword.
I guess I have to let her hold me now. That was the deal.
Hey Salem, you want to use these healing spirit charges?
I'm so tired. So,
What? What is that? Is that yes?
That's him doing like the sidestep
Are you
exercise challenge.
dancing through
I
it?
heard
Like,
him
Yep.
flap you over.
are you
Yeah,
boot scoot
just-
boogieing through the spirit?
Basically, yeah. Just
Healing
put it.
spirit? All right.
Ooh.
You're
I-
Darude sandstorming through the healing spirit.
I'm gonna
Heck
go
yeah.
ahead and drop my calm emotions because even if I maintain it, it'll lose its effect since Larionis was attacked.
You hear the two of the loudest, beefiest giants you've ever heard making their way down the stairs in a hurry. They burst into the room. One of them looks pretty badass, and the other one looks even more badass.
Oh dear.
Judging from their size, their hunched postures, their fatty muscle, their coloration, they are hill giants. But they definitely seem like a cut above your average hill giant. All right. One of them calls back from his hood. Princess, it's safe for you now.
Was that this one?
Yeah, that was that one. All
No,
right.
it can't. Oh. I will heal Larionis with a
And
healing
I will
word.
heal Marcus.
Okay.
I will stand
Actu-
next
yeah,
to the
no,
fire
I don't
giant
have
because
to
that's
kill
what I said I would do.
Okay.
Oh no, I didn't
This
bring
this
healing
giant calls into the room. Grandfather Orc, the princess is here. Come, let your words be heard.
All right. Give me 1 second.
Bring your small baby child with you, and your wife.
Ha!
His
you need me-
wife. Okay. This is my favorite adventure that we've gone on. Just want to put that out there.
I mean, he clearly just doesn't understand the group dynamic. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, if there was really a dynamic, Egan would be your wife. I mean, I would be like,
Exactly.
I would be like your brunch friend.
Wait, hold on. No, we've already established that it's Marcus and Carrick that are together.
It's a group full of love. Yeah.
Well, it's more of Egan is my protege. I don't know. We're friends.
Want to call me daddy?
Oh, goodness.
Oh dear.
Mm.
Do you need me to calm the restless spirits of these beasts?
What?
The
What?
my Hellkite
Oh,
went
oh, the Hellkites. I forgot they were
Hey.
there.
All,
Yeah.
all,
It's
all
like-
I'm saying is that Crash completely ignored Shattermaw, so Cannon, he's asleep still. He's a heavy sleeper.
Yeah, he's a deep sleeper. What are you talking
All
about?
right.
All right, these guys calm down, but they do take the rest of the food, and they continue ruining the guest room.
That'll work.
Okay. All right. So, the youngest yet ruling princess of the Storm Giants has arrived at the aftermath of this chaos. She takes in the measure of everyone in the room. She sees that some people are damaged, some people are receiving healing. She watches as this guy kind of flies over and close to her, but not too close to her, and sort of nods to her as if like, I've always been on your side, girl, kind of deal. All right. So, in a only slightly trembling voice, she says, "Which one of you was speaking to my mind?"
I will step forward and I will make myself openly known to them that it was I. I was the one who communicated with you, my lady.
I see. I thought over your words and intended to come speak with you. I ran into my sisters fleeing up the stairs. They would not stop to answer my questions. I felt as though they might attack me had Cog and Tug not been there with me. I've sent guards to detain them in their rooms. This is not our way to use treachery against guests.
I understand.
I am pleased to see that none of you were killed. And it seems that harm was dealt out in equal measure. And she kind of looks from you guys to Angry Fire Lady. And she says, if anyone has any grievances they wish to put forward, do so. Else, I would hear what these small folk have to say. They have obviously endured much and done much to reach us.
Yeah, Marcus turns around and says to the fire giant, that'll be 2,000 gold dragons for the armor, by the way. And then
The fire giant just like looks at you incredulously.
and then he turns back after that. He doesn't wait for a response. And he says, my lady, the details that we have heard here in our stay, though short, we do believe that there is some sort of foul play afoot. We've encountered massive dragons attempting to impede our way to meet you here, to come here to begin with. They stopped our way on the way to the Eye of the Allfather to speak with the Oracle. And we want to get to the bottom of this and find out what happened to the Storm King.
Serissa looks to Braxow, and Braxow nods and says, they have spoken with the Oracle. They traveled with Harshnag.
It is as Braxow says.
Okay. Her
Hold up
her
the Ild rune again.
All right. She says, normally I would hold courts in the throne room, but I feel that perhaps here and now is the best place to have out with it. You giant lords who are guests in my home. What made you think it was the right thing to do? Trying to kill those who were guests under my roof. And they all kind of look a little sheepish at that. But this one kind of steps up and is like, your sisters were concerned for your safety. She said that they were assassins. After what happened to your mother and your father, it was an easy thing to believe. We did what we thought was the right course of action to keep you safe. And I will say this. Had you been alone with these creatures, they surely would have killed you. They have at least one or two among them that has the prowess to fight and the courage to keep going. The rest are probably carried by those few. And she spits a wad on the ground, and it just kind of starts burning a hole in the stone. And Helenhild kind of turns to her and says, we know that it is not your way to work through subterfuge. We did, as my colleague says, what we thought was best for you and the family. Everyone make mistakes. So, we will stand by, listen to your judgment, or leave. This is your house, and you rule.
Let them stay.
All right, so you hear more storm giants coming down the stairs, kind of guarding access to the princess from behind, or coming to kill her. Whoa, who knows? You see dude from the fight resurface. All right, and you also see stepping out of the stairs next to her is Pandian.
My man.
Good, Pandian.
So, Serissa says, what you say matches up with what my trusted follower has told me. So, tell me plainly, who are you? What are your names? Why are you here? What do you hope to accomplish?
May I, Marcus?
Absolutely.
Princess, we are the Sword Saints. I'm Yoza. This is Marcus. There's Larionis, Karak, Egan, Salem, and our ally Ias is in the other room. We set out to save as many lives as possible in the face of the Ordning. Our journey led us to the Shrine of the Allfather. The Oracle gave us a quest there to save the Storm King. We did kill Chief Ga to obtain a conch and to stop her pillaging and killing of the smallfolk in the area. But with the new Chief Moog assisting us, we were able to do so without killing any other giants in the assault. We have worked with giants and dragons and slayed giants and dragons. We ally ourselves with those who would see the Ordning come to an end or rescue the Storm King, which, as according to the Oracle, are one and the same objective.
during this conversation, which was extremely eloquent and well delivered.
Absolutely.
Cog leans into Tug and says, Moog, super hot. And Tug turns back to him. Serissa kind of puts her fingertips together in front of her from, both hands. This is a lot. This is a lot to take in. And certainly beautiful and dangerous words. They offer hope, and they offer answers. Two things I and my people desperately need. I feel that were you assassins, well, I feel like you wouldn't have let yourselves be put in such a dangerous situation. You also seem to have impressed Braxow, who is one of the most spiritual giants I have ever met, and calmed the burning rage of Tartha. What do you need from me?
I'm not sure if this part you would want everyone to hear, but the Oracle did give us one more piece of information.
Perhaps we should reconvene in the throne room. There, my advisor can hear as well, and my uncle. And perhaps then we can make sense of your story and ours.
I'll look around to the rest of the group, see what they think.
Do we trust them?
We don't know who to trust. But
I feel like I trust everyone in this room.
Maybe.
Especially Tartha here.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
Princess, after consulting with the group, I believe that we would like to trust everyone in this room.
Crash is in here.
Oh.
He had to AFK for a second.
Do you guys just want to tell her now that we're here to find some corruption?
Absolutely. Well, in the throne room,
Or
for sure.
I
think.
Well, here's the thing. If I'm still of the opinion that the uncle and the advisor are traitors.
could be.
Actually, I think just the advisor. I think the uncle's just an angry man, to be honest.
Unless, well, no, because here's the thing: if he's the uncle, that means he's the brother to the king. But that also means that the princess may also respect him enough to always follow his opinion. And if he wants to do something like take over the storm giant thing, all he has to do is use her as a proxy.
And plus, if we're there revealing the information, we could read the room.
Sure.
Yep.
It's
All right.
him, but we can read the room.
All right. Thank you, Princess. Should we follow you, or?
Yes, let us have a progression. We'll walk up the stairs through the audience chamber, and I will meet you in the throne room. I leave you, noble lords, to escort our guests in a non-lethal manner.
So unconscious, okay.
Just unconscious, non-lethal.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay. Tartha gives Larionis a look, an appraising look, and then gives him a nod. Marcus, she reaches into her giant sack, and she tosses you a fat-ass uncut ruby.
I'll nod to her and I'll say, consider
It's
any...
not 2,000, but if it means less of your muling, take it.
He doesn't even care. Thank you.
Okay.
I'd like to see how she fares in a proper stand-up fight.
Okay. Ias comes around the corner. Do you want me to stay with the dragons, or do you want me to come with you?
Probably the best to stay with the dragons.
Okay, she runs back into the room and closes the door.
Hey, buddy. And I'll at this one.
Yeah.
Make sure nobody hurts her or the dragons. Mostly her.
Okay. He stands by the door.
Thumbs up.
I'm guessing
If
I
I had
have,
them.
like, base AC plus my shield now, since my armor's basically ruined. Is that right, or...?
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Okay.
Whatever your agility modifier plus your shield. Yep.
Okay. So, should I take you guys upstairs then?
Yepers.
Alrighty.
Hero stack.
Hero stack.
Do you guys want to be healed up on the way? I can summon a healing spirit, like, on the stairs.
Oh, nah, man. I got this. If we're all going to do this,
I'm
I'll
only
just...
after
Wait,
Marcus.
wait.
I'm only
Everyone
missing
just-
10 hit points.
Everyone eat your saloon berry. It's 4
okay.
HP.
Oh, I was just going to mass cure wounds.
Too late. Ate the good berry. Ate the saloon berry.
It's only 4.
That's
I was only missing 7
Just
at that
enough
point.
for me. Yeah, I was only missing 5.
All right. Yeah, okay. I think I took the most damage out of that whole fight, besides Larionis. And that's because I was hurting myself. That's all I know how to do.
Man, did you make your character as like a cry for help?
Okay, when you healed her, that hurt me too.
It's so
I mean-
interesting, the different group dynamics. I got my Sunday morning game where they literally survive on like IV feeds of basic bitch healing potions, cause ain't no motherfuckers know how to heal. Meanwhile, you ladies are like fighting for the chance to heal each other. Like it's such a weird shift, you know.
I got it made
Hey,
because
Crash,
I can both
I brought back the potion bandolier.
I can
alright?
both heal
Yeah.
myself
That's
and
back.
hurt or heal people and hurt myself at the same time.
All right, so
and then I heal Salem. It's
Oh, you
heal
know what?
Trey.
I think you have me separately on this, the other map, by the way. I'm still on the other map.
oh, okay.
All I
No,
see
no,
is
I got
darkness.
you.
Oh, there we go.
All right, can you see Marcus, or did I leave you out?
I do see now, thank you.
Okay.
Hey, look, the whale's back.
Yay.
Look at that round boy.
Okay,
Small torpedo-shaped.
So Crash, I think I forgot
Mhm.
to ask last week. Do I have the ability to polymorph people into organ crabs now?
Yeah, it's just a hulking crab.
Oh.
So.
I was really hoping that they would have an organ built into them that they can.
Oh no, this particular crab is a beefier version of its species. So you're looking at a CR 17.
Mm.
So yeah, if you wanted to fight that organ.
I imagine if it were like if you tried to polymorph a dwarf, it'd be like a bagpipe crab, not an organ crab.
Culturally insensitive, but true nonetheless. True nonetheless. All right. They Tug and Cog are there. They open the doors. Oh wow, really? It's just one line for the whole doorway. Amazing. Oh wow. Anyways, yeah, they open the doors and allow you guys into the throne room. Once there, these those giants will stay. Val excuses himself to stand outside. He kind of lagged behind the rest of the party, kind of deal. All right, and put some guards here. There we go. All right, I think that looks about right. So, there you are. There
All right,
you
boys,
are.
now we attack.
Out of character.
How
Out of character.
has anything changed? Like,
Our assassination target is within view. We're going to kill.
I was like, I feel like you just made it harder. But if you really are just trying to take out Serissa, who is on a floating obsidian throne made of the skulls of 4 ancient blue dragons, crackling with power.
We discussed this before the session. We figure that whoever gets a killing blow on her wins the ordning.
Yeah.
This was all a ruse to get into the throne room.
All right. Well, you have succeeded. Let me know. I'll get the initiative tracker ready. All right. Just keep that in the top corner there. There we go, just in case. All right. So, as you enter the room, you see the woman known as Mathir and the man known as Uthor. And they both watch you as you enter. And yeah, go ahead and give me some insight checks.
Oh, say no more. Let's go.
So-
20. What does Marcus see with these eyes?
I'm too busy missing the fire giant right now.
Aw.
Gyoza's too trusting.
Okay. So Marcus and Egan, can you hop over to secret chat real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Is it
So,
okay that
couple
if
things,
I
couple
have the
things.
stream here this, by the way?
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's
Okay,
fine.
all right.
I mean, this is just for the immediate present, so that the rest of them don't know unless they're watching the stream.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
should be, props for them for being sneaky. All right. When you walk into the room and you take in the looks of everybody assembled, Serissa looks distrustful but hopeful that you guys are bringing some kind of solution, some kind of news. Uther looks just tired and angry. He is surprised to see you at this late hour and to have been called to court, essentially, at this late hour. But he also seems intrigued. So he's like a kettle that's boiling over, but still willing to kind of see where it goes. Mathir, as she watches you guys enter the room, there is a look of just bald, unhidden surprise and shock that you are, I'm going to say, alive. And maybe, just maybe, a look of recognition on her face.
I was gonna ask. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
They're very good berries.
Apparently.
Top
All
quality.
right. So, as you enter, this woman says, "You must kneel before the queen-to-be of the giants."
Marcus
Yours
does
was
so
already
without
kneeling.
hesitation. Absolutely.
Okay. Does anybody not kneel in the throne room of the would-be queen of the storm giants, surrounded by her guards?
I don't kneel, but I bow very deeply.
I'm
We
going
were
to
just causing
nudge
problems for us all
Larionis.
night.
I'm going to nudge
Man,
Larionis.
I don't know what kind of week you had, but man, All right. It's like airship episode.
Yeah,
all
no,
over
I'm gonna nudge Larionus. I'm gonna whisper
until-
like, trust, please.
Until she actually ascends the throne, her and Larianis are equally ranked among their own
Oh
people.
my god.
Okay.
Wait. Hey, Crash, I got a
All
question.
right. Start rolling into initiative.
No,
gotta-
no.
I got a question, Crash.
Yeah.
You know that thing that people do when they pull pranks on someone where they like poke the back of their knee and make them fall down?
I got you. I just feel
Before-
like his indignation and haughtiness, it's just too much. This is already a super tense peace talk. I mean, it's kicking it
Before
over the edge.
I roll into initiative, I did want to say I wanted to nudge Larionus, if in case there was an issue, I was trying to get this in, that if there is an issue and he's not going along with it, I want to plead with him to please follow and trust.
Do I have an opportunity to respond to that before I roll initiative?
That's probably up to Crash.
Maybe this occurred during the walk up there, but
Like I was trying to get that in right before Crash said, "All right, roll into initiative." So I'm just like,
Alright.
oh.
I guess make your plea as the room gets extremely tense and uncomfortable.
Larionus,
like
this is there's something definitely wrong here. We please, I beg of you as a friend, I need you to trust in my judgment here. It is for the better.
He will go to a stiff knee. But he does not bow his head.
That's a kneeling.
All right. The princess seems very uncomfortable with all this. The bearded guy seems mostly bored. This individual, this lady right here, she narrows her eyes at Larionus, and there is nothing but disgust on her face.
You guys want to get like in a line?
Yeah, that'd probably be best.
We're kind of in a weird spread. And it might not matter. Just
Egan taking that step forward, ballsy.
Okay. So Mathir says, the princess says that you have news. You know, it's very late, and I was under the impression that you were waiting until morning to meet with her.
Aye, that would be the case. However, it seems that we were attacked
Keep
the
going.
night. It seems that the princess's sisters planned to have us murdered before we could have an audience.
Uther, this guy right here, says, prudence given what's happened.
indeed.
Mayhaps paranoia would be a better word for it. Mayhaps another word for it could be, or way to describe it would be paranoia for the possibility of being caught with some sort of scheme about by chance.
I'm not sure what sort of small folk you are, but amongst your people, would you not be cautious if goblins were staying in your home? I say this because they are smaller than you and sneakier than you. So you would certainly be a bit cautious based on perhaps a history shared with such creatures.
Of course. It is easy to see the prudence in such actions. Hopefully, by the end of our conversation, we'll be trusted.
And then Serissa says, that does not change the fact that those orders were given without my permission, without any word to me at all. Miran and Nim overstepped their boundaries, and they infringed upon the honor of hosting these guests. If she meant for their execution, she should have done so in the open, fairly, and without such need for trickery. And you see Mathir kind of like do like that side to side in the chair kind of thing, like not very comfortable in their chair. And she says, "Princess, well spoken, with honor and just intent. Your sisters are ever eager to prove themselves to you and the memory of your parents. They know the burden of rulership weighs heavy on your slender shoulders. I'm sure they simply wished to alleviate some of that burden and spare you this ordeal, looking into the small, ugly faces of those who resemble the killers of your own mother."
I resent that.
She looks to you and says, "Not you, Cat, you're fine."
They tarnish the memory of your mother and your father with their actions, dishonorable as they were.
Well, guess we're keeping that initiative counter up.
Mathir lets out sort of a long chuckle, and Uther kind of like clenches his fist and says, "I know very little of surface elves, but the sea elves I count among my greatest allies against the evils in the shadowy places of the depths. They know of honor. Perhaps you do too. You certainly have a hunger for destruction, or a tremendous amount of conviction to speak as you do in this place." And he kind of motions around to remind you that you're in the throne room of like the storm giants, and like you're surrounded. And he's impressed. He's impressed by your very large Tanuki-sized testicles. But this is kind of like a guy with Tanuki-sized testicles trying to tell another guy with Tanuki-sized testicles, "You really got to calm your titties and your testicles down, because it's going to go really bad for you." With your backgrounds, you may or may not pick up on that. I don't know, Lariotis, but
Lars's perspective right now is just that, he understands that the princess is free of any like taint from the dishonor of her own family, because she was kept in the dark. But the treatment that we
it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah. So like he's not brooking any of this like, "Oh, we're gonna kowtow and be like, oh please guys, like let us help." No, we came here to help and you attacked us. Fuck you is his attitude right now.
It's impressive. It's impressing some of the giants. It's definitely getting under the skin of this giant, and it's definitely making this giant more uncertain and more, I would say, reticent. She seems to be talking less and less as the bigger personalities in the room start to fill it up.
Princess, if I may continue where our conversation left off earlier.
Yes. Mathir, Uther. This one is known as Gyoza. He is some sort of shaman or druid of the land. He and his allies have come here at the behest of the Oracle. And Uther's kind of just like, the Oracle? And Mathir says, well, that is a pretty story to tell. And you see Braxow, he's nervous, but he says, I have looked into their eyes. I have seen the rune they carry. They speak the truth. They traveled with Harshnag. And as he says that, you just hear, like, muttered under her breath, but she's a giant, so you all hear it. Oh, for fuck's sake. And Mathir is like, oh, Harshnag, the giant who hunts giants. That's an excellent reference for your group.
One could also say the giant who seek to stop the ordning and bring an end to this madness as well alongside us. He traveled with us, and alongside him on our travels, we did encounter several dragons. Adult dragons, ancient dragons. One by the name of Imrith. We know not if there's a connection between what was happening, but we've come here after seeking the Oracle and speaking with them and finding out that our duty takes us here. It was there that the blue dragon attacked us, and Harshnag stayed back to allow us to be able to escape to make it here.
Wow. At that point, Uther like nods his head like, damn, that's an OG right there. You know, like, yeah, he's really impressed. Mathir kind of smirks and says, oh, so I suppose in death he was a fool.
I mean, he was the only giant actually trying to stop the ordning.
Princess, these charlatans, they are obviously strong of spell and of blade, but stronger still of wit and lies.
Princess, the Oracle gave us a mission to root out the corruption in Hecaton's court.
Everybody gets real quiet. You see Helen Hill just kind of shaking her head. And Braxow, who is from a people that just couldn't imagine doing anything like, well, I mean, they do some bad shit sometimes because they true neutral, but like they're not about being like sneaky about it. You know what I'm saying? Like if they're gonna do bad shit, they'll just do bad shit. He's just shocked. Meanwhile, Tug and Cog are like,
Wait, what did you just say?
Who?
Gyoza. Wait. What did Gyoza just say?
He told them about rooting out the evil in the court.
Yeah, the corruption.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Tug and Cog, political experts, are still leaning in and whispering to each other, Moog have big titty. And then the other one's like, Moog good singer. Yeah, so they've been pretty much having this conversation since they found out Moog is the new chieftainess of the Hill Giants. All right. There are Uther kind of looks around and says, that's a pretty bold accusation. But apparently, and I'm just going to put it out here, Mathir and Serissa, apparently it had enough of an impact on these small folk that they felt going up against Guh and her giants, stealing a horn that they should have no knowledge of, using it to come to a place that they had no way of knowing what was waiting for them. They are either the greatest charlatan assassins in the realms, or they are earnest idiots who destiny has set upon a path far beyond their capabilities. The least we could do is hear what these tiny heroes aim to do. Please, let this grieving man hear and have his curiosity fulfilled. And Mathir looks at him like, you son of a bitch. I will stand by and listen to their story. But I will listen to every detail. And I will hear when you slip up, you charlatans. This sweet and beautiful girl will not be taken in by you. Wait. You work for the masked lady. That is why you are here.
What's a
It
masked
all
lady?
makes sense.
The masked
What is
lady.
a masked lady indeed?
Is that the one that the cloud giant guy was after?
Do you say that quietly to your allies in the middle of
No,
Say it out loud. Say it out loud.
I have.
Chicka
No,
chicka
sorry.
This is
initiative.
your chance. This is your chance, Egan. This is your chance.
Yeah, I said exactly like that too. Is that the? Is
Okay.
that, yeah, was that the one the cloud guy, giant guy was after?
Zephyros?
Zephyros?
Yeah, you see Mathir slam her fists down into the ornate throne, the smaller and less cool than the floaty throne, and she says, "See, exactly that. I was wondering what she was getting up to. I was wondering what schemes she had, but now it makes sense.
Wait,
She's
so-
having cat's paws do her dirty work."
Hey,
Nay,
hey,
my lady,
hey.
the only scheme I see attempting to be unfolded before us is whatever it is you're spilling out in front of us. I know not that which you speak of, or any masked lady. We will speak of where we got our orders from, if you'd like, but you must let us speak first.
Hey, Rexow. This is the
So-
point
so
where
stage
Serissa, with her shoulders hunched, says, "Mathir, I order you to silence. I would hear what they have to say." And everybody in the room gets like real quiet.
Oh man, where's that GIF button that we have?
It should be post pics.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see it.
So so Mathir, like, she raises both her eyebrows, like she just got slapped in the fucking face. All right, you have the floor.
All right.
Okay.
Elevator pitch. Do it. What do you got?
Yeah, I begin by opening up and telling them the circumstances around your mother's death are a very sore one, from what I understand. We were told, and we've heard, that it was small folk of our kind, perhaps, that have killed her. However, we've come here to confirm that as our first matter of business. We have magics that would allow us to find out the true cause of death of your mother, and we are here in hopes that that will also strive to lead us to finding out more information of how we would save the Storm Giant King.
Oh, it didn't work.
As you speak these words, the look on Mathir's face is just contorting to one of absolute rage. Serissa does not notice. Her eyes locked on you guys, listening to the words that you are saying.
I know not of customs the giants have for the dead, so forgive my ignorance, my lady. I would wish to commune with your mother so that we may find out information of what happened that day when she was slain. We would be able to provide any information you would need, any questions that we could ask her, and we could see what we can bring to light with this. We do hope in the end that we'll be able to bring King Hecatong back. And I do hope for all of us that it is not, because it's not a scheme being unfolded by the dragons.
And Serissa turns to Uther.
Oh, were you talking that whole time? Because I didn't hear anything.
Oh no, I was just listening.
Oh, okay.
Uther kind of stands up and he starts to approach you guys. You seem earnest in your words. There is something that has troubled me about the death of my sister and the disappearance of my brother-in-law. One of the few who escaped the ambush by the well-armed and spell-wielding smallfolk. He said that on the body of one that he had killed and dragged along with him, he found this. I've kept it, not exactly understanding what it is or what it means, but it was too curious for me to throw away, but too small and strange for me to do anything with. But you are small and strange. Perhaps you can make sense of it. And he kind of reaches into his giant pouch, and he's really struggling to find this thing. This is like trying to find a grain of sand, or like a grain of rice. He's really kind of digging around in there, trying to find it. Where is it? And as he's doing that, you see Mythir just shaking her head like, this guy right here.
You should get yourself a bag of holding. That way you can just think of what you need to bring it up.
Our people don't go in for that magic. Well, if the Allfather sees fit to grant such skills, they are celebrated. Beyond that, it's... here. And just like in between his two fingers, you can't even see it. He goes to offer something. Does anybody put out their hand?
I figured Egan was right there.
I think Salem
Okay.
and everyone else does.
Okay. Yeah. So Egan, you're the closest one. Yeah, you got a beard too. You're beard bros. He drops this into your hand.
Beard bro.
We're all gathering around, of course. A goose.
It's the Order of the Goose.
Is this from the casino?
That looks
That
a
is
lot.
from the casino. Good recall.
Yo.
Yeah.
His eyes widen as your eyes widen in recognition. You know this symbol, then? What manner of beast is this? Some sort of murder bird? Is it order of assassins? Is it calling card they leave behind?
It's
and it begins to crackle with lightning, and its voice booms with thunder.
Hold on. Murder bird, yes. Calling card of assassins, not quite.
And Serissa kind of floats her throne closer because it's like a floaty throne, like Mojo or whatever from.
It's a segue.
Yeah. You just gotta imagine it moving because it's actually built into the map. And she says, "Wait, you know of this trinket? Would you be able to find who is responsible for the death of my mother?"
Marcus, can you?
Marcus, I bet she's blue.
It definitely points us in the right direction, my lady. We now know where to look.
She kind of turns back, the princess, and looks at Mythir. And Mythir says, "I will admit when I am wrong. They apparently do intend to help. Proceed, princess, with my blessing."
Okay, can I incite that?
Yeah, sure. It kind of comes off as a little insincere. Like maybe she's trying to save face, or maybe she just wants to not see you guys anymore, and is like, "Sure, send him on a quest. I don't know, get him the fuck out of here."
Wait, who got us banned from there?
Marcus, remember
Your
when he just
car
removed
doesn't
Oh God, that's right.
We'll talk about this
banned
later.
from your
We'll
tar
talk about
from-
this later. We'll discuss this later.
Yeah, that was out of character. That was out of character.
Oh yeah.
Then I would task you, heroes who offer to help, to go and find who is responsible.
Consecutive facepalm.
My lady, I ask once more, would you allow us to commune with the remains of your mother, so that we may glean any more information by chance? It may help
Oh,
us.
at that point, Mathir just stands up from her throne, tall, slender, regal, and she shouts, "They seek to do necromancy?
Nay,
in
not
this-
necromancy.
What else do you call speaking with the dead, necromancer?"
I commune with my god, Lathander. You may not know of him, as he is a god of the
human
smallfolk.
god. And she says it in a really mean way.
Nonetheless, one who bestows divine magics, and one who I would wager not anyone of this world or in this throne room would have a chance at besting in combat.
Mathir looks at Uther and says, "Serissa is too young and too, dare I say, naive. It is bad enough that they have taken all of us in with this act, but here now they wish to desecrate the bones of the royal family."
Is this true? Or are you too
That's
naive?
too much.
Uther, would you allow these small folk to shred the remains of your sister's soul, pull it back from whatever peaceful afterlife it has, and subject it to their cruel magics?
There's a lot of. You seem to know a lot about stuff that you don't like.
I am an advisor. It is prudent
Yeah,
for me
It's
to be
almost like you've done
knowledgeable.
it before.
Oh, dang. Uther kind of like looks over at her. And Mathir says, "I have knowledge of the arcane. It is important to know your enemies."
So,
I did not know
so-
giants were such inclined magically.
So basically, what you're saying is it's okay for you to do it, but no one else.
Knowledge of the arcane is not the same as arcane magical skill. You can study something without practicing it.
Yeah, but if you don't practice it, how do you know it actually does what you think it does?
At this point, Serissa says, shoulders hunched, "Well then, Mathir, you can stand by and watch, and let us know if they have done ill deeds or not. But too much of what they say and too much of what is happening feels right to me. I would like them to do this thing. They will be under our watch, under guard. If they try anything, if they do anything to harm the remains of the soul of my mother, they will be destroyed."
Do you not wish to come yourself that you may ask your mother a question?
Oh, I will be there, impertinent elf. And we will go right now.
So, out of character,
is as you
Marcus,
say,
what
alright.
spell are you planning on using?
I was going to use
No,
Speak with
he's-
Dead, but it does not bring their spirit back. It does not use their spirit. So that is the case with that. I want to make sure Salem has a counterspell just in case this person is able to try and
Boy,
rig this somehow.
You want to know how many counter spells I got right now? I got a lot.
Just wanted to make sure. Okay. All right. Just wanted to double check. Okay.
I got so many counter spells.
Yeah, I just want backup just in case.
All right. So, go ahead and hero stack yourselves if you're willing to do this. Braxel, very excited. about this. Helen Hild is kind of along for the ride at this point, and they are going to bring some guards with them.
Yeah. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, I think, spend some
Thank God I
sorcery
still have
points.
1 3rd-level slot. Oh my God.
How many do I
And
need to
1
bring?
5th-level slot.
Second level. 5. I got 5.
All right.
So I'm gonna do 2 things, Crash.
Mhm.
I'm gonna spend 5 sorcery points to give myself a 3rd-level spell slot back.
Okay.
And then I am going to. How long does tongues last again?
An
hour.
hour.
It's
An hour?
It's an
An
hour.
hour.
Yeah.
It hasn't been an hour since I cast it. I don't think. Has it?
Yeah, it is. No.
It was at the.
I
It was.
don't think
I
so.
cast it like right before we started combat.
You're probably getting towards the tail end of it. But
Yeah.
you still got it.
Okay, so I'll just use that 3rd level I got back to recast tongues on myself,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna cast detect magic as well.
Okay.
Just to have that going. Because you know what? I'm a sorcerer, and I know we got things like subtle spell. But guess what? You can still see magic with detect magic.
It's true.
True.
So be subtle. If there's any creepy sorcery going on here, be subtle all you want. I'm watching.
I'll be super subtle. I have no magic.
Go into the bone.
Okay. Interestingly enough, looking around the room, the only creature that pings with any sort of magic is yourself. Despite their magical natures, the giants are not in and of themselves
Magical creatures.
magical.
Yeah,
Right,
that much I expected.
Okay.
What about the chair?
Oh, the chair. You look at it and you almost go blind.
Shining beacon.
It is artifact level.
Yep.
Ooh.
Now, there is a scepter worn as a necklace charm around the princess's throat that also keys off the same type of aura as the throne.
Ah.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yep.
And yeah. All right. So you guys, they cast water breathing on you, assuming you consent to it.
Oh, actually, we cast water breathing earlier before. Remember?
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Right
So
before
you're
we
good. You
came
got
out.
it for 24 hours. Then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Then you guys dive down into this pipe, I guess.
Ooh.
There's like Mario warp pipe sounds.
Yeah.
All right, and you go swimming.
Oh
You
no!
come out. You come out.
No.
You come out into this giant swirling vortex of water. There are many doors. The giants help you not get sucked down to the bottom of the ocean where you would die forever. You guys head over here. You head into this room, and I think I got a little bit of flavor text for you. Hold on. Just a bit as you explore this.
We found one of the
place.
Mario stars.
I know. Okay. This is a submerged temple of Stronmus. Those of you with eidetic memories, you remember that Stronmus is the storm giant god. This submerged chamber has a 50-foot high pyramid ceiling with walls that taper inward beginning at a height of 30 feet. Harmless, bioluminescent jellyfish dimly illuminate a 40-foot tall statue of Stronmus, god of storm giants, standing in the middle of the room where that fucking star is. Stronmus looks like an imperious, bare-chested storm giant with a foamy beard, a sharp trident, and a lower body that has been transformed into a great wave. All of this carved from stone. The walls of this temple are etched with images of storm giants riding whales, killer whales, battling dragon turtles, and blowing conch shells to summon giant crabs, giant octopi, manta rays, and schools of fish. Harmless starfish and sea urchins cling to the walls and congregate around the base of the statue. All right. Okay. Let's see. There are also some giant clams in the room as well. They do not look hostile. All
Well, that's good.
Yeah. There are exits to the room, left and right, but the princess approaches the statue. She kneels before it. Let's see. Says a prayer, asking for strength and wisdom, and then stands back up. And that is when, let's see, where is he? Oh man, there's so many dudes. Uther, there we go. Oh god, Uther, what happened to you? The map is too big. All right. He pushes the statue to the side, which would have been great if I had a statue here, and reveals via a Zelda chime, or chime, like do 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 do, another warp pipe full of water that you can now swim in. All right. He swims in. Do you guys follow him?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. This guy will wait here. Grab all you guys. There we go. Oh, there we go. Boop. Grab her. This guy's down. She's gonna come. Right here. There we go. These guards will wait outside. Okay. You are in the hidden royal tomb. Bioluminescent fish swim about this flooded chamber, dimly illuminating an ornate sarcophagus inlaid with blue coral. Its lid beautifully carved in the likeness of King Hecaton's late wife, Nuri. The storm giant queen, her body is inside the sarcophagus. Opening a sarcophagus like this underwater at the bottom of the ocean would require a strength check the likes of which the world has never seen before. Fortunately, there's no fucking science in 5th edition D&D. So, yeah.
The resulting air bubble explosion would also probably kill everybody.
Yeah. So, just before everybody panics about all the science that's about to kill you, Uther goes and he looks to Braxow, and Braxow's like, now we've got 2 big boy muscles, and they're going to lift the sarcophagus lid up, and inside is a mummy. Well, it's not really a mummy, but it kind of is, because it is a huge woman's body wrapped head to toe in black kelp. Arrayed along the walls of this tomb are 10 more upright stone sarcophagi. They're barnacle-covered lids sculpted to look like regal storm giants. All right.
Salem's having a little bit of a PTSD moment.
Okay. The one thing that is super noteworthy is the black kelp-wrapped mummy of the queen does have a gorgeous purple coral circlet set with small black pearls and a coral and pearl necklace. Those of you who are in the market for such things know that this jewelry alone is worth 10,000 gold dragons.
Now, why would you go and tell Lars something like that?
just wanted to put that information out there. So
It's okay, I was AFK, so whatever that was, I missed.
yes.
Good.
Besides, the Lars that I remember felt uncomfortable looting any tubes and stuff.
True. True.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's changed after all the things that have happened, or what.
As far as I remember,
No,
like,
he
one
respects
head
the dead.
person to pumpkins.
Okay.
Marcus, you're up.
Oh wow! I even have a mummy that's a lady, and she's wrapped in black, but she looks really scary. So I don't know if we should use this one or not. But here you go.
I would say,
I'm kind of worried. Casting that.
say,
Okay.
unless for whatever reason her legs are hanging out of.
Before
So
I-
are you? What are you doing here exactly?
So
Are you-
first I want to see if first off the body is intact relatively. First things first. It's in a sarcophagus. It was wrapped up in
Oh,
this
it's
kelp.
it's in fantastic shape. It's in fantastic
Thank God.
shape.
Okay, that's good. Before I cast anything, I want to tell Princess Serissa that what I intend to do is magic. I will call upon my deity, and he will allow me to speak not with her soul, but with what her body knew in life. Her soul will not be affected, nor will it be called down, and she can rest. She can stay resting. That is one thing I want to inform her of first thing. And provided she says, or she's like, okay, then I will go ahead and cast Speak with Dead.
And Salem is keeping an eye on this lady.
And this lady's keeping an eye on all of you. She looks down at Larionis and she says, "Away with you."
I'm just leaning up against the wall, observing the other
Roll
things.
initiative.
It's like I didn't even hear her. I don't even
Okay.
register.
She calls for guards. A guard comes swimming down, worried that something has happened. And she says, "Remove this creature."
Please, my ally, he merely respects the dead and wishes not to trample around and desecrate any tombs. He holds the utmost regard for those who have passed.
I have made a simple request that he not stand near me.
Larionis, would you...
I don't feel that it was out of line.
Are you really that scared of us?
Larionis, would you please...
I will honor the lady's trembling fear.
Oh goodness.
You say out of character, right?
No, I think
No,
Oh,
Nope. As I step away,
okay. I will shake my head and just mutter to myself. And then I'll
She
say...
says, as you walk by away from her, she says, "I wonder if this Harshnag trembled in fear when he met his end. Perhaps you can find his corpse next and ask with your great magics."
Garrick's gonna bristle at that. He's gonna turn around and just give her a glare. And he's just gonna say, Harshnag was a warrior to the end. You watch yourself.
And Salem's gonna say, "How about we all watch Marcus do his thing? How about we do that?"
Yeah, after ignoring what's happening behind me, I'm gonna turn to Serissa and make sure that she understands, of course, what I just explained. And
Yeah, she seems a little like put off by like the contention between her advisor / mentor and you guys, but that's kind of been ongoing through this whole thing.
as I said,
Technically underwater still.
we are.
Yeah, you guys are 100% underwater.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes. As I
So technically speaking, we should be having this conversation.
No, water breathing lets you talk underwater.
It
Bam.
does. You
Yeah.
just sound comically stupid. You know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So all of your guys like trying to sound cool and rugged. Maybe not so much.
Hey, I'm
This
too
spell
old
will-
and badass. I sound like rugged no matter what.
Gyoza will apologize to Serissa and just say, "I'm sorry, they're still very upset from the attack earlier.
This spell will cause no harm to the body, and I will begin casting it. And I'll look to Salem to make sure he's got my back, and
Nod.
then I'll begin casting Speak with Dead at 3rd level. So, guessing body like begins moving, or what's happening here?
Okay, you cast Speak with Dead. As you are casting it, Mathir, eyeing you guys warily, swims over to stand beside and behind Serissa.
I kind of flappy flap.
Sure.
Swim my way. I mean, she's a giant. I'm assuming I can see her behind Serissa.
Okay. Let's see. The mummy sits up.
Oh dang.
She's
It lets
pretty.
out a deep, shuddering breath and pulls the kelp away from its head and hair, which floats freely in the water. The eyes look around unseeing, and the mouth opens. And you just see air bubbles kind of out of the mouth. Everyone in the room gasps.
I will then speak my first question, and I will say, "Hello and hello. We must find out who was it who murdered you so many days ago. Was it the small folk?"
Okay. She just looks around with unseeing eyes, and she says, I was killed by the small folk, yes. Not the ones I was visiting and helping. Others, dressed in blacks and purples, faces concealed, with spell and blade. A silence fell over us. The small folk I was aiding were killed as the magical blast of energy went off. My guards did all they could, but in the end, I was slain.
I'll get close to Marcus and say, maybe Uther or Queen Serissa have questions that they would like asked as well.
Yeah, I'll give
Uther like floating on his knees, you know, because zero gravity or whatever. But yeah, he's like prone with like shock and horror and anger.
The advisor moved and hid behind
Sure,
Serissa.
sure.
Can I insight check her? Like,
Sure.
motivate. I don't trust this lady.
Yeah.
Is she like hiding, or is she just standing over there?
She moved behind Serissa, but it was a little weird.
She seems to be doing that thing that older mentors do to their mentees when the mentees are going through something really rough. She has her hand like gripping her shoulder and is basically like holding her up and being there for strength.
I will ask her,
And I
If-
don't see any magic coming from her, do I?
From this lady,
from Mythir.
the
I think
Mythir.
Yeah.
Her headpiece is magical, and she also has a magical ring.
Is it the hand that's touching the princess?
It is not. It is her left hand.
Okay.
The ring seems to have abjuration magic coming off of it.
Protection.
The the headpiece also has abjuration magic.
Okay.
All right. Serissa looks around confused, and she says, "Is this her? Is
It
I will say
it's just her body.
to Serissa, it is not her spirit. It is merely what she knew in life. Her body remembers from her waking life. Please.
if you have power such as this, can I beseech you to just bring her back to me? Can you do that?"
One day. However, at the moment, I am not powerful enough. Forgive me. One day I may be able to.
Gosh, she seems super crestfallen at that.
How long ago did she die? OC, above board?
Oh gosh, months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
months. Yeah.
OC Marcus maybe point
Yeah.
out that the spirit has to be willing.
Yeah, it does.
Also true, yeah.
Very true. I will ask another question, and I'll say, I'll ask if she knew of any treachery that had befallen, or if she had any hint of treachery which led to her death.
Just a sec.
She's gonna say yes, and then Marcus is gonna ask, "Are they in this room?" And she's gonna say yes again, and then it's gonna turn into a game of Clue.
Does that person have a beard?
Library with the candlestick.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Or guess who? Does your person have a beard?
No.
Does he look like a bitch?
She says, I do not recall any treachery within our court. I know my two eldest lived with a tremendous jealousy of our youngest and brightest, but never could I imagine them causing harm to her. My love, Hecaton, had many enemies amongst the foul, evil creatures of the sea. The krakens, the deep old ones,
The geese.
many dragons, but none stand at the forefront of my memories.
Do the names Imrith or Mados bring any memories of dragons as foes that your late beloved Hecaton had?
Say it loud. You're making a weird noise. Again, her eyes unseeing, air bubbles kind of coming out of her mouth to make the words. She says, "Those names sound draconic, but beyond that, I have not heard them before. I'm sorry."
Okay. I will turn to Serissa. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, keep going, keep going.
Yeah, I'll turn to Serissa and I will say, though it may not be her spirit which speaks with us, it is very much in the likeness as this was the body who did bear you, as well as cared for you. If you would have anything you would like to ask, I will allow you to ask a question. And I'll look to Uthor and I will say, and for you as well.
Okay. Serissa looks at the mummified remains of her mother and says, "Mother, it's me, Serissa. Father is gone. My sisters act with little reason and great hatred. I feel very much alone, and I am very confused. You speak that the small folk killed you. Your death brought about a rage in my father and in your brother, such that they wish to make war against the small folk and let the giants of the land and sky make war against them as well. They have turned their backs on the small folk that you sought to aid. I would know, knowing what they are capable of, and knowing that they would take you from me, from all of us. What do you counsel? Should I doom the small folk?" And the mummy kind of turns to her, unable to see her, and says, in just the saddest voice, My child, all are capable of great evil, even the best among us, even amongst our kinds. There have been those throughout history bent by evil, and greed, and pride. I would not rest easy knowing that my death brought about such pain and suffering to the people I spent my life trying to help. Please, if you command the power of the Worm Skull Throne, stand down. Forgive. And you see Sarissa's just like wiping tears, because like SpongeBob physics, because she's crying underwater. She's just like wiping tears from her face. And you see Nathir's grip on her shoulder like tightening, and Serissa kind of reaches up and grabs her hand. And like over here, Uther's just shook. He thought he was shook before, but now he's like super shook. Brack's out, he's just like, holy shit, I'm watching some miracles happen right now. This is some real magic. This is the real shit right now. Nobody tell him that this is a relatively low level spell.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, man, I'm impressing them right now.
Were they impressed that we could all breathe underwater?
They were kind of impressed, you know. They thought they'd have to top you guys off there, but you know.
Crash, can I ask a question?
Sure. Are you asking the queen? The final question of the five questions?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. I already am asking you a question.
Okay.
Would Egan have noticed anyone reacting to the names Marcus spoke, Imrith or Madus, in this room?
Oh, all right. Yeah, give me insight check. Again, nobody seemed to recognize those names. This person geographically pretty far away from where Madus hangs out. This guy live underground, so probably not. These people live under the sea with Sebastian the crab. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'll turn to Uthor and tell him that if he would like to ask a question, he may.
All right. He is going to say, Sister, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I was not there to keep you safe. And I'm sorry that I let Hecaton, in his rage, ride out to disaster. My question for you is a selfish one. Can you forgive me? And Lamumia just kind of turns and looks vaguely in his direction and says, always, brother. I can always forgive you. Please, keep Serissa safe. Bring my other 2 daughters to heal. And find my husband. And the mummy just sort of like, swang, like lays back down. All right, Uther's just crying, just over here sobbing. And Mathir lets out a long breath. You could tell because you're underwater, so it's like a whole of bubbles. And she says, well, there you have it. Even with their miracles, we're right back where we started. Perhaps
Actually,
the quest that you've set them upon is the best that we can do.
We did learn one extra piece of information. I would actually disagree. Wearing robes of black and purple, and wielding spell and blade. In complete silence, attacking her. As well as a symbol that we can trace back to know where to look. Our search has just become a lot easier.
Okay. You see Serissa kind of pull away from Mathir's hand, and she kind of swims towards her uncle and the mummified corpse of her mother. And she says, we are leagues farther than we were, Mathir. Because I balanced on the thin edge of uncertainty. But I know now what must be done. There will be no violence from our people, and no attacks, no revenge. We leave the small folk as they are, and I empower these small folk to champion their people if they can find out more about what has happened. Perhaps they can end the sundering.
ordering.
Sorry. They could sunder the ordering and bring about an end to this madness. And Mathir just looks at her with like pity on her face, and she looks at you guys and she says, You carry the trust of this entire kingdom on your tiny shoulders. I hope you understand what a tremendous responsibility and privilege you've been given.
We shall not let it go to waste.
All right. So, the offer is made after they put the lid back on the coffin. Everybody kind of cleans themselves up a little bit. That you could stay the night in the damp guest quarters, or if, understandably, if you do not want to stay any longer, they will essentially queue up a teleport for you to the location of your choice. Part of the magic of the conch that was set down by the sorcerers of their old kingdom, they have essentially I don't know. It's like a teleport like room basically. It's part of the same technology that made the conch shells, so they can put you in the room, and then you guys can basically teleport to where you need to go. Knowing that they have this is kind of scary, because like technically they could just like teleport fucking storm giants anywhere they wanted to.
Yeah.
So had you guys not come here and stopped her indecision, she may have been swayed to start authorizing attacks on the mainland.
Storm giant SWAT attacks.
Oh yeah. Teleport in, wreck shit, things get bad, you blow the conch, you go home, rinse and repeat. Yeah, it could have been really, really bad.
Guys, you want to... I think we need to teleport back to Silvery Moon to meet up with the rest of our people.
We may need to teleport directly into Yartar. Should we rest for a bit? Maybe, I don't know. We should discuss this overnight.
Speaking of SWAT teams, holy shit.
I think
Damn.
I think we should rest before doing that.
You are allowed to rest here in their guest quarters.
I do want to ask Draxow something.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask him if the opal of the Ildrune is something that's important to him.
Oh, wow. It is? And he sees where you're kind of going with this, and he shakes his head, and he's like, this was given to you by the Oracle, and it is yours. It is part of the great destiny that you have been set upon.
Oh, yeah. No, I wasn't going to give it to you.
Oh.
I was going to give it to you when I don't need it anymore.
Oh, I misread. If you survive this ordeal...
Yeah, that's exactly it.
You cheat fate, or serve fate, I would gladly take such a great gift.
Deal.
All right. So the question is...
Then I have this for you, then. And he reaches into his giant sack, and he takes out a brass face mask. The mask is magical, and it is in the likeness of a grinning cat.
Hey, it looks like me.
All right, and he gives it to you.
Well, thank you. I will repay this as soon as I can.
All right, so it's up to you guys. Do you want to try hospitality again?
Yeah, actually, I'm all for trying the hospitality again here. I think we're safe
yeah, let's
now.
do hospitality.
All right.
Again.
Lars is leaving. He's not staying another night here.
Really? You don't want to
No.
stay? Okay. All right, we can... Well, then we should
Like,
ask...
we can pause for the night. Lars can go elsewhere. If you guys have stuff to do, you can. But Lars just doesn't trust them.
Can Lars get out of here on his own?
I mean, they'll take you to the teleportation room, and you can teleport out by yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Unless
no,
anyone else wants to.
We're all going to
But
travel
I
together.
think part of the issue is that they don't know where they want to go yet. So, which is
Yeah.
why they wanted time to discuss.
My
Lars can be like-
Hellkite's in Silvery Moon.
Yeah, I think we're
So-
gonna go to Silvery Moon either way.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, if you guys just want to go to the Silver Moon right now, you just go to Silver Moon right now. It's a pretty tense situation. I could understand why you wouldn't want to stick around.
Lars does believe, though, like, Marcus is making headway, Salem is making headway, so he's not trying to, like, we're all leaving. He's just,
But if you
I would
guys
rather
also,
leave.
if you guys have agreed that you want to go to Silver Moon and you cannot tolerate another minute here, then they would gladly be rid of you. So
I don't know. I like these people. They gave me sushi.
Like,
Um,
I think I would want to accept the hospitality just to be like, show we don't,
Trust.
yeah, just to show.
what, like no hard feelings?
Yeah, no hard feelings. We trust you not to attack us again.
But this
Actually-
is what I'm saying is I actually think that's a really good idea, is that those of you who are making the headway with them and want to demonstrate that you now trust them with the events, I think that's a good idea. I'm saying Lars is past that. He's not willing to do that.
Yeah, no, I actually think it would be just as equally as good if we just left and didn't give them another chance for anything wrong to happen. Or like even the faintest possibility if it's in their heads. So I think maybe we should actually probably just go back to Silvery Moon. We can rest there.
Okay, dokes.
Crash, before we get teleported, I don't know if this is possible, but Carrick would like to try and sort of sidle up to Uthor, I guess, as they're traveling back or swimming back or whatever the case
Sure,
is.
sure.
And he would say, Uthor, I know this probably wasn't easy seeing your sister in this way. When my father passed, I wasn't myself and had to seek solace in a place that I found most comforting. Does your brother-in-law, does he go anywhere? Does he travel anywhere when he needs to think, when he needs to sort things out?
He kind of like looks thoughtful. He hunts. He takes his finest hunters with him, and he hunts.
Hmm.
I wanted to go with him, but he insisted I stay and keep an eye on Serissa. He worried that Vithir would not be enough to protect Serissa from the jealous manipulations of her sisters.
Smart man. Where does he hunt? Does he hunt in the ocean?
Yes. Sorry. He roams the many leagues around our kingdom.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go on a sea adventure. Yarr.
But
Going to Saltmarsh.
for now, know that we have already checked all these places. We did not simply sit idle and weep. We took action. We even brought violence to our neighbors who have been enemies in the past. No information was gathered. No new clues. All I had was that strange disc, that small speck. And now you have come and given me hope. Follow. The goose, it is called, yes?
Murder bird.
It's a goose, but yes.
Perhaps it will lead to answers. Oh, and from one soldier to another, if you need to loosen some lips, this will help. And he just like reaches into his giant sack and he just like drops like a fucking bucket of gems into your arms.
Oh my god.
Not an actual bucket, but a bucket. Like it would fill a bucket. The man doesn't have an actual bucket full of gems. It'd be easier. It would have been
Maybe he
easier
does.
if he just
Maybe he does.
Yeah. But like they're floating everywhere. This is so many fucking gems.
Oh wow. Quick, give me a bag of holding. And
Yeah.
well, I guess once we've grabbed everything,
just- Quick, put him in this one.
Carrick will sort of look up at Uthor and give him a grin and say, well, if that doesn't loosen lips, I know of some other ways to motivate some people to talk. Many thanks.
Many thanks to you. You and your strange small friends have given me and my niece great comfort. I hope to see you again, old one.
Count on it.
All right.
Oh, Carrick's making friends, guys.
Oh,
I think this is a first.
Okay. Let me see. Let me look up where this teleport room is. This is a big ass building. It's three. There's 3 maps. There's 3 maps. Let's see.
Oh, I'll ask also just real quick. I'll ask Serissa if I have her permission to contact her, provided her or Uthor, if I glean any information that is of the utmost importance that they should know about.
Oh,
Via the way that I did
she
previously.
smiles and she says, yes, we have something for that. And they provide you with sending stone.
Oh hell yeah!
She has the other one.
Okay, all right.
All right, so you guys head out. Pandian gives you guys a bro nod, like we did it, guys. We made it happen. Yeah. All right. They also assure you that the elder sisters had tried to escape and have been detained.
Hey, do you think they know where the dad is?
probably not. They probably just opportunistic.
Yeah. I was wrong about the uncle. I still don't think I'm wrong about the advisor.
I missed
All right.
it. Did she give Marcus?
She gave
I'm
him sending stone.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. This naturally formed cave has bioluminescent lichen, coral, snails, and starfish clinging to its damp walls. It is not underwater though. It is super damp though. Some might even call this room moist. The area radiates overlapping auras of conjuration, divination, and evocation magic. Over the years, the storm giants have become attuned to this magic of the cave and harness its innate magical properties without a second thought. Because everybody gets 3 attunement slots, and they're all attuned to this room. One of you can become attuned to this room. It will take an hour, and doing so will allow you to cast teleport.
That sounds like fun. Gives
All right. Who wants to do this?
Now,
Yeah.
it sucks because you lose a slot. Yeah. Here's the spells you could cast once you're attuned to it: Clairvoyance, Identify, Sending, or Teleport.
I
Gives
can.
us still
yeah.
volunteers.
I want to see what the new cat mask does, so Gyoza, have at it.
Oh, wait. Because of Sarissa's mastery of this room, you don't have to attune to it. She could teleport you. Okay, cool.
There goes Identify.
All right.
Oh man.
Aw, gives a one to attune to the.
All right. Yeah, you tell them you want to go to Silvery Moon, describe Silvery Moon, all that jazz.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Alright.
our Hellkites and I.
Oh, and I.
Oh, okay.
Yes, very important. Ias.
So that's a little controversial that you've got dragons, but at this point, they realize that, you guys are the egg cracking, omelet making type people. So,
Hey, we kept those dragons in check, man, and we didn't
Yeah.
know what we were walking into.
And they're
They,
only half dragons. I mean,
yeah, they go with the flow.
They're underwater.
Yeah. Yeah, Braxow, he's just kind of like, Helen Hild thinks they're fucking terrible.
What about the
But I mean,
advisor?
her people, like, she admires that you have tamed the beast, but she herself doesn't like the fire aspect of it. Remembering earlier editions of the game where she used to take double damage from fire, so she really doesn't like him. Uthar thinks they're pretty cool. Like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he does.
Serissa feels she kind of has that like fangirl thing where she's like, she thought you guys were pretty cool for small folk already, but then the fact that you had dragons under your command.
Never seen a dragon.
Yeah. Mathir looks disdainfully at your mounts, but that kind of seems to be her MO. So.
Mm-hmm.
Is the fire giant still here?
She is. Did you feel like you had a connection going there? Did you want to say something to her before she left?
Hey, yeah, Salem's gonna kind of flappy his way over there and be like, I know it was, but I think I made a friend of you. And he tries to hug her.
Okay.
With cat
yeah,
eyes.
Yeah, she kind of like holds you because you're like the size of a house cat to her.
Yeah, exactly.
And she gives you some scritches. And she says just casually, "This shows a lot of trust. I could snap your tiny neck right now.
It's okay. Oh my god.
Place yourself at my mercy."
Yeah, I've died so many times now.
Oh my
I just keep coming back.
Stop leading with that.
It took a great deal of courage for you to talk me down from my rage. Duke Zalto has put a high price on your heads.
Duke Zalto.
the fire
Fire
giant.
giant.
Leader of
Yeah.
the fire giants.
Yeah, him. Yep, I know about him. Oof.
You have been quite a thorn in his side, Sword Saints. And
Well.
you have pitted the Red Dragon cultist against his cause.
Oh, yeah.
Do not fear me, though. He is a rival of mine. His resources and power far greater than any I possess. I felt that his plan to build a magic robot was ridiculous and refused to assist.
So
I
what
felt the
you're
best
saying,
way to win the favor of the Allfather was to do as we always have done. Conquer, kill, enslave.
So what you're saying is you jump at the chance of getting him off his high horse and making it your own?
He is already cast low.
Oh.
I mean, we did arrange it so he could never complete his task.
Technically true.
The only ones whose goals are even more foolish than Zalto's is that of the... And she looks around to make sure a certain lady isn't there. The Frost Giants.
What?
Those fools seek an artifact known as the Ring of Winter.
What?
One of the properties of the ring is that it cannot be found.
Wait. What? Are you serious?
Well, with magic at least.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So basically you have to be lucky enough to actually find it.
Yes, so basically those fools have spread their forces across all the realms trying to find this thing.
A ring?
I've
What's it
even
do?
heard that there's frost giants as far south as Chult.
Well,
Frost
that's just
giants
foolish.
in a tropical jungle.
What's a chult?
It is a jungle continent full of dinosaurs.
Guys, we gotta go somewhere.
Know
well-
this. It has been an honor to fight you and your allies, and I hope that I see you again on the battlefield with the same intensity that my fearful heart hopes to never see you again on the battlefield.
Aw. I like
Now-
you too.
Now go. Bring an end to this, so my life can return to normal. All these politics make me weary.
Love the hair. And then I flap off.
All right. She nods at you as you go. You guys enter the teleportation room. It's a trick. It's a disintegration chamber. They disintegrate all of you. No. We've
All right,
all-
new campaign.
We've all been there. Or if you haven't been there, let me tell you, I've been there. And it feels bad. A Sararak would put you there for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Never-
Oh my
never
god.
privilege.
Yeah. All right. So that is that. I'll take you guys back to Silvery Moon.
Man, we're making friends left and right here.
And for the record,
Um,
Carrick has made friends before.
Yeah.
All right. Making one friend in
I'll be
Egan.
honest.
doesn't
I'll be
count.
Okay,
honest.
Carrick has made plenty of lady friends along this way. Okay.
I
Would we
was
know?
I was actually thinking about that just the other day. I was like, if I ever get to be old, I want to be old like Carrick. So that's what I was
Old like-
thinking.
So crotchety and angry at every.
Crotchety, but like with like a Sean Connery vibe apparently that like ladies can't seem to resist. But also a bit of like wokeness to him that keeps him from being a straight boomer. Like, as far as old man characters go, he's a good one. He's a good one. All right. You guys return to Silver Moon.
Yay! We're back.
We.
Okay.
Time to go raid Yartar.
Oh man.
Yeah. I will sit here and listen and answer questions, etc. But I think the ball has firmly been hit over the net back at you guys. This is definitely inter-party, metagame / in character. What should we fucking do? Situation. Does that
Okay.
sound about right?
We need
Just
pairs
sword.
of
Things
matching
first,
black
Marcus
leathers.
takes your
We
arm.
need repeater crossbows, and we need
Uh-huh.
a bunch of goggles of night. And we
Yeah.
go in there under cover of darkness.
Are we gonna
we-
go streak on this?
Yeah, we're gonna get dropped from the hell kites. So we're gonna do an aerial drop in on the roof. We make our way room by room, clearing the rooms.
I do have a pooper shoot. That can work.
Oh, what?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a
Pooper shoot.
It's a
It's
Oh,
called the
that's
pooper shoot.
right.
I have it.
When he
Yeah.
inevitably gets thrown off his hell kite.
I
Uh,
Place
forgot
my
about
backpack.
But guys,
That's the
listen.
best part of a long ongoing campaign is the callbacks to like the really old shit that people still remember. Oh, it's so good.
So,
right.
so Crash
No,
just said
it's
that.
legitimately called Boober Shoot.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Crash just said that the ball was returned to us. I say we spike it back at him and go after the Ring of Winter.
Yeah, I actually want. Would we know about the Ring of Winter?
I don't
mean-
want to spoil anything, but OOC, I'm just gonna put it out there that unless Crash is really generous, this is not gonna happen.
No. Yeah,
So
I'm not
there is a
looking to go after
campaign
it. But...
about the Ring of Winter. It's called Tomb of Annihilation. I do have that module. If you would like to leave the North to their own devices, hop on a ship and go to Chult. Apparently, 2020 is the year of Chult. I mean, that could happen.
Could we hire a ship crewed by the Captain Generous?
Wow, man, that would be, that'd be pretty cool actually. I feel like a lot of this would definitely be stuff that if Will is, depending on how long Will is running his Shulk campaign, I could see characters retired from these campaigns moving to Shult and being patrons of younger adventurers adventuring in Shult. That'd be kind of hype as hell, actually. But
God,
yeah.
don't give Salem that sort of power.
But
I
if
don't
your
think
characters
Sarah
are
would know that.
curious about the Ring of Winter, you could attempt a History or Arcana check. The DC would be incredibly high.
Yeah. Let's do it, guys.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Those of us that are proficient, I would say, right?
I mean, without proficiency, there's no chance that you will reach the number that you need.
Yeah.
So,
I-
that's how high. That's how high.
I'm not proficient either.
Apparently, with a +9, there's no way you can get to that number either.
You guys kind of got the feeling that the giants that had been summoned for a council meeting were actually some of the smarter giants of each of their species. And also the most opportunistic. Again, the fire giant wasn't affiliated with like Duke Zalto. The cloud giant was a free agent. The stone giant never revealed what the stone giants are up to. Nobody has any idea.
He was super religious, though.
Right. Yeah. So like they called in, quote unquote, experts essentially to try to figure out what to do. But whether or not they come up with anything, I don't know.
None of them were bards.
It's true. All right.
I'm sorry. It wasn't that bad of a joke.
None of you know. Yeah, none of you know what the Ring of Winter is. So you assume it's a ring and it has to do with cold magic.
Yeah.
Sounds like a frost giant thing to want.
Yep.
So maybe
if you want to know, it's basically the Ice King's crown from Adventure Time. So yeah.
I don't know that reference.
All right, then that's all I'm gonna say. So.
As
You know what I do know? Go
on.
ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, first order of business, I need to commune to see if we can pinpoint something in regards to finding these people that we're looking for now. I'll need to wait a day so that I can swap my spells around after a long rest, and then we can do that.
We need to get you new armor, buddy.
Oh,
yep,
yeah,
that's important. How much was that ruby tart that tossed me? How much is that worth? Uncut ruby.
500 gold. It's actually fake. It's made of plastic.
Ugh.
You mean glass?
I was gonna say, if it was plastic, it would be like priceless in this world, wouldn't it?
Yeah, true.
Nobody knows what it is, so they're like, we're not buying this from you.
All those gems that got thrown at Carrick.
Oh, Carrick, 3,000 gold in gems.
Oh, right.
Well, I mean, that'll at least cover the
ruby that was tossed down, only worth 500 gold.
Oh, I called it.
You know what? That's all right. That's all right. It's better than nothing.
It's not all right.
I mean, yeah, it's not. I'm not okay with it, but like,
Can you
it's
wear
better than
plate?
no gold.
Can you wear plate armor?
Yeah, that's what I was wearing before she demolished it.
Before she sundered it, yeah.
Before she smacked you naked.
Absolutely.
Let me check and see if we have enough to buy you another set of plate armor.
It was non-magical, so.
Yeah, well, regular plate armor still costs 1,500 gold.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm just
we've
saying,
got
like,
those gems. I mean, the purpose of that money is to help with our investigation, and having a properly armored cleric is part of our investigation.
I also need to remind myself how much gold we have, though.
I mean,
But I mean, honestly, I feel like that 3,000 gold should go to the party.
we might be able to. I mean, it's a bunch of humans, so maybe we don't. We should be more sneaky.
Nah, a bunch of humanoids.
Yeah, humanoids.
We don't know if they're all human.
Humanoids. So if we're going to, are we going to be sneaking around Yartar, or are we gonna like?
Well, you know what? I'm super great with disguises.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to figure that one out.
Salem, we're gonna
Yes,
need you to not walk like a
person?
human, because you did that when you were here. They won't recognize you if you're on all
If I
fours.
walk well, you know what? I have a sneaking suspicion that something is gonna help me with that. Hey, Crash. I would like to know what the cat mask does.
Crash.
He may be AFK.
Oh, sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we can.
Okay. Yeah, the mask does not require attunements. When worn, it gives you access to the Vicious Mockery cantrip. Key, and that keys off of your charisma.
Spectacular.
Hey, Crash, do we get a long rest, or do we get assassinated?
I mean, have you done anything to the people of Silvery Moon?
Yeah, I was gonna
feel
say,
like-
hold on. Why are we getting assassinated in
Yeah.
Silvery Moon?
Oh, just checking before I start doing myself spell slots.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. Yeah, Silvery Moon, again, it's the city of wizrobes. Most people don't like to cause too much trouble in Silvery Moon.
Question for everyone.
That's why
And
the
then-
taxes are so high. So,
Do we want to go ahead and spend half of those gems to get more plate or a new set of plate armor for Marcus? I vote yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Yep,
AC is
absolutely.
14 without any armor. Just want to throw that out there.
All right.
It's
so-
all because of the shield.
Crash.
Well, I mean, we've got the ruby and we've got, the gems. So, I mean, we can combined. We only need to spend 1,000 of those gems.
That's
Exactly.
fair. Okay, yeah.
Are there any suits of plate armor and maybe even magic sale?
Yeah, it's-
the shop would not have updated since the last time you were here, because you left from here, and it's only been like a day.
So let us go back.
Yeah, so it would be the same shop link for this place as before. As far as plate mail, yes, there would be. You could buy plate mail in Silvery Moon, like the standard normal issue plate mail, for the listed player's handbook price.
So 1,500 gold. Let's see. Any armor? What the heck? No armor. All right. So regular plate armor. Marcus.
Yeah.
So you got your armor back, buddy.
How long would that take, Crash? Do I have to get it fitted over a day or anything like that? Or
Yeah, I mean, we'll assume it takes like another day, maybe, to do that.
Okay. In the meanwhile, Marcus is mainly shirtless, sporting his new tattoo of his deity emblazoned on his back for all to see.
Oh, you got a picture of Salem. I'm touched.
Is it a brand new tattoo?
I got it recently, yes. It's
It'll
still
get slapped
it's
back.
still red and sore. Yeah.
Lars will pat you on the back.
Yeah,
Ah.
Yeah.
Yoshi,
Carrick
go
will
before
ask
Get his
ask
tattoo
Lars,
updated.
given your experiences in the sneaky arts, how deft you are at forging documents?
Actually,
Might
I'm
be
good at
necessary
that.
to sneak into Yartar under false pretenses.
I'm sneaky just in the sense that I'm still young for an elf, right? So for Lars, it's more just a sneakiness because stealth is fun. Forgery is an actual something people dedicate themselves to in order to deceive people, and that is not Lars's forte.
Marcus waves
Marcus,
his hand.
however, had a phase in his life that might assist in that discussion. So, like, Lars doesn't have sleight of hand because he doesn't actually pick pockets. He doesn't have deception because he doesn't lie. He's a rogue, but he's not a thief.
Marcus is a
You're
swindler.
different from other rogues I've met in the past. Well, good to know.
He'll tell you that confidently.
All right, so I guess Carrick will sidle up next to Marcus while we're eating and drinking. I'll sort of slap him on the back and say, "So,
Ow.
I understand you're good at forging shit. Can you get us fake papers to get back into Yartar?"
I don't think fake papers would actually even help us there in that department unless we had.
Well, I mean, we're gonna have to disguise ourselves. I mean, we're gonna need the whole kit caboodle.
A disguise would probably help us more, but if you want papers alongside a disguise, that's something I can definitely work on.
We could also get a message into our friends in the Thieves Guild over there and arrange a transport into their circle. We don't have to go through the gate. Just while we're throwing all the ideas out there.
That is true.
Hey,
There's a
Marcus.
teleporter that.
Well,
led through,
I was
but-
sort of concerned in a political sense because I mean, shit, wasn't the Baroness kind of associated with the handy Yartar?
Not associated, but they are well aware of each other, and they kind of balance the powers out, I suppose, in that town. And yes, Gyoza?
Is there anything that you can do with the chip, casino chip? Like, I don't know, any way you can see who the previous owners were?
Clairvoyance or divination or something?
Give me a second. Let me look through my magic, and I will tell you in a moment.
That's a great friggin' idea, Gyoza.
Other plans. We don't know where in Yartar we need to investigate other than the Riverboat Casino. If we just go there, we can, if we just take a smaller party, we can just travel underwater to the boat and just investigate the boat. And then if we need to investigate something else after that.
I hate to say it, but I think that would be something best suited for you Gyoza, Laridonis, and Marcus. If we're not putting on a subterfuge like we did before, you don't really need Egan or myself.
I'm going to try and rule lawyer Crash real quick for a second. I have a question, Crash. I need you to bear with
Way
me
to
for
preface
a second.
that. I want a rules lawyer.
Yeah, Crash, are you willing to hear me out for a sec here?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm willing
Alright.
to hear. What's up?
All right. So, the spell legend lore. According to the spell description, which I'll post up in chat, it says if the thing, if the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information. Would I be able to argue
Ooh.
that a token used and left in regards to the assassination of a storm giant queen would be of legendary importance?
The counterpoint is that it would become legendary after you used it to stop the ordning. But right now, it is not legendary.
Damn it. Okay.
Yeah. But it's a strong attempt. It's a strong attempt.
Just wanted to double check. Okay.
Yeah. Something like the throne you saw, the scepter she was wearing, the ring of winter. Like, that's all legendary shit, for
I
sure.
was trying to just cast legend lore on those things and know all about them.
Yeah. Technically, if a creature has quote-unquote legendary resistances or legendary actions, it is a legendary creature. So that would also qualify for a legend lore.
Wait, can I just Legend lore Imrith.
If you want.
Or Hecaton.
Or Hecate.
Very clever.
That was nice. I actually heard the puzzle pieces click in Marcus's brain.
Yeah, but it might not necessarily be useful information.
Maybe not, but it definitely has a
It
potential.
might give us some background to figure out where he could have gone or who might have abducted him.
Only downside to it is that it's a little expensive. 250 gold's worth of incense that is consumed, and I need the ivory strips, which are not consumed.
Well, those gems were given to us to further our mission.
Yeah.
We still have money left from those.
Yep, 2,000 gold worth.
We also have divination, so we could use divination. Ask if it's a good idea. If we would get any useful information.
True, I can do that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I will definitely prepare those after our long rest, and we'll see what kind of mileage we can get with that. I'm like one of those like scryers. I'm like a shaman in like some weird tent that like throws bones and tells you what your future is, man. I swear.
Okay, I'm okay with the bone throwing, but as soon as you start trying to read into chicken guts, I'm out.
I think that's literally it's literally what the spell augury is, which I've used before. It's pretty funny. You literally use specially marked sticks, bones, similar tokens. That spell sucks.
I got pass without trace. I can get some people up on a boat.
But I mean, honestly, like I was saying, we just really need the 3 more persuasive people to go and ask around, unless we think that you guys might be in danger going and asking questions.
Depends on how we go about it. Oh man.
If your goal is the riverboat, you guys left the riverboat on good terms. You didn't burn the riverboat to the ground. You didn't cause a fight. You spent a lot of money.
It's the proximity to Artar that I think that concerns us.
Right. But if you're going directly to it, as Gyoza suggested,
Also, maritime law, I'm pretty sure, is the same as bird law, and I'm a bird law expert. And I'm pretty sure that when we're on the deck of that boat, we are not in Yartar.
Well, if you also recall, the owner of it is not on friendly terms with the Water Baroness. Hence the whole reason she had you go there in the first place, because she suspected the owner was up to shenanigans or whatever. But then you guys determined that your blue friend was up to shenanigans. And then you determined that she wasn't up to shenanigans? ? But the fish dudes of and the Aboleth were? ? Yeah.
Well, some people determined that. Carrick didn't determine that.
Fair.
Does Silvery... Oh, Jesus, sorry about the noise there. Does Silvery Moon have... I'm thinking they probably have a temple to the Seldarine, the Elven Pantheon.
Correct.
Lars is going to spend pretty much most of his time there. He'll make sure that everyone knows where he's going, but while we're in Silvery Moon this time around, until we decide where we're going and what we're doing, he's going to spend some time in the temple reflecting.
Yeah, I'm going to seek out Onodar Rill, aka Pope Francis, and I'm gonna ask, and maybe if I can't see him out specifically, but I'll ask the Church of Lathander here in Silvery Moon if I can come upon at the very least the ivory strips for the legend lore spell worth 50 gold
Yeah,
each.
you could purchase those in Silvery Moon, no problem.
Oh, I was hoping they'd given me as a favor, but it's okay.
He's
we'll buy
asking.
'em.
He's asking.
Yeah.
It for freebie.
You're going and you're asking if they could just give you 4 ivory strips worth at least 50 gold apiece.
Yes, for a quest of utmost importance to the realm.
I mean, you're a high-level cleric of the faith. You've been doing good deeds. They did, bring one of your allies back from the grave a little while ago. But
Actually, that was the
yeah,
other one. That was the other one.
Yeah.
The other church.
Oh, you're right. Well, yeah. Since you haven't really been asking for anything, yeah, they could provide those to you, no problem. I mean, it's 200 gold. So yeah, they give you your 4 ivory strips.
Beautiful.
Okay.
All right, guys. We only need
these are basically like really long dominoes, and they have all sorts of like sun, imagery and type stuff on it. Iconography. Thank you. All right. Now the incense itself, it's Silver Moon. You can purchase incense here 10% less than the listed cost. So if you bought, I don't know, 500 worth of incense, it would actually only be 450. Because magic incense is definitely a local sustainable industry.
Yeah. So I'll need to make sure that you guys are all okay with purchasing that, and I can legend lore about whatever we feel is necessary tomorrow, if you'd like. I suppose if you guys want to wait, I can use divination to find out if that would even give us a lead even further.
Well, just buy the incense just to have it on hand. I feel like we're gonna use legend lore at least twice at some point.
Or divination, because that also uses the same incense.
There you go.
Well, divination has incense. It requires incense worth 25 gold, which I've definitely got already.
Yeah, just incense.
I've got literally tons of incense. I took some off a cleric once when I killed them, and then I have my own incense I've never used, basically, so we're good.
Right.
So we're not buying the incense just yet?
No. For divination, we're fine, but we would need incense for legend lore.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah. We'll need the
Okay.
250 gold worth of incense.
Oh, we're just doing 250.
Okay.
At the very
Cast
least,
that.
250 or 500.
Okay. I was
just
thinking
cast
just get the 500's worth. You know?
All right, yeah. We'll just buy a little bit of
Well,
bulk.
it only costs us 450. All right.
50 gold off. Awesome.
Hey, don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Let
Now, if
me.
it wouldn't gift horse, then yeah, you inspect that bad boy. Oh wow, my history joke fell flat.
No, sorry. I heard. I'm just focusing really hard here.
I was expecting at least a groan out of somebody, but nope, dead silence.
Sorry, I was muted. I laughed really loud.
Okay, you lying to me is hurting me. It's hurting my feelings worse.
There
It
was
helps.
like
I'm laughing at all of this.
there was more air.
There's also that.
Yeah, more air passed through my nose than normal when I heard it. So, which I think is an LOL. Pretty sure that's what that stands for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So then I'm assuming long rest, all that, while we're waiting for the plate armor, especially and whatnot. Get the incense.
Yeah, I wanna make sure you guys understand you're in a safe place. All right. Nobody's gonna come after you in Silver Moon.
Why'd you say it that way?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I feel like
Because we're getting super paranoid right now. That's why.
yeah, you guys keep talking about if we could long rest. You can long rest the Silver Moon. It's gonna be okay.
No, yeah. I just wanted to double
Alright.
check. Okay, cool. Then divination.
Just because you found out that these storm giants could literally teleport wherever the hell they want and then teleport out when shit gets bad, I don't want you to think that at any time storm giant assassins are gonna show up and just ice you guys to your sleep.
Egan will not be sleeping for a week.
What did I miss?
All right, so you're casting divination. Is that the plan?
Yeah, and my goal to
Okay.
ask divination is I want to ask a single question, and it would be: would using legend lore provide us with more necessary information to accomplish our goal of finding King Hecaton?
The answer is a resounding no. The King of Storms is concealed from magics arcane, divine, and of the mind. He can only be found by those who have found him.
He must be wearing the Ring of Winter.
There you go. You just wrapped everything up with a ribbon. But honestly, the person wearing the Ring of Winter is protected in a similar manner, so I could definitely see that being a good crossover. If you were trying to like combine every part of this adventure into one super condensed format, that would actually have been a pretty slick way for them to do it.
You should ask who has found the Storm King.
But
I
that
should
doesn't
ask
make
what?
Sense. Wait, you're saying divine? Using divination, ask that?
No, divine as in like the magic of the gods. So
No. I misspoke. I stuttered. So my brain was moving way faster than my mouth could spit out words, because when Sam was like, ask who found the Storm King, I was like, well, that doesn't necessarily make them legendary, and then I was like, no, that would be a divination.
Oh yeah, that's a legend lore thing. Yeah. Basically the divination you parse from it, Marcus, that he is concealed from divination magics. Like his location, you will find him when you lay your eyes upon him. Essentially, like you'd have to find him through mundane means.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Because remember, they have on tap unlimited sending and unlimited clairvoyance.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I know the range on clairvoyance ain't great, or is it? You know what I mean? But like, you would think with their resources, their neighbors, that kind of stuff, they would have probably tried similar things. I mean, they didn't think to like raise their mummified queen and ask her questions, but you know, you guys are thinking outside the box.
Should I ask around to people to see if anyone has heard of any like unusually long or powerful storms anywhere around?
You broke up. What'd you say?
Any unusually large storms?
Yeah, like are there like does anyone know of any unusually
That's actually
storms around?
That's a pretty good question. Go ahead and give me either an investigation or a persuasion.
Which one am I good at? Neither. Can I intimidate someone into it? No.
Well, if you intimidate or
Well,
persuade,
let
could help.
let me throw a side argument. I feel like Marcus having the call lightning spell would definitely aid in his like being able to understand if something is unnatural, right? In regards to storms, right?
If Garrick is helping me, I got a 19.
Okay.
I did say I was going to help him.
All right. So there are rumors. This is pretty far inland, but sailors along the Sword Coast do speak that there are places out in the Great Sea where storms never cease. Essentially, just roving maelstroms that are always stormy, always dangerous weather. One such thing is located far, far out in the trackless sea, near Gunderlin and west of Ice Peak. But they tell you that that's the kind of place where, like, you know, you go to die. because, like, you know, when you see that on the horizon, you turn around and you get the hell out of there. But there are phenomenon like that. Yeah.
Maybe. Just saying. Just saying maybe. Just saying maybe.
Well,
Because if he's a sea giant, I'm sorry, a storm giant, who likes to take his rage out into the sea, but he's not normally where his brother said that he would be, because they've already looked over there. Maybe he's not in the sea.
I don't see where you're going.
Maybe he's like up in the storm.
Are you-
Like in a
So, Crash.
floating prison ruled by a cloud giant warlord.
The geographic
I
location.
don't know if you're serious or not.
Given. He is and he isn't. The geographic location you're giving us, you said that was west of the ice peak.
Yes. So way out in the trackless sea. It's sort of a roving.
We would have to find a
Yeah.
boat to take us out there.
Yeah, you would need a ship for sure.
Can
And
go
we
to
would
another-
also have to find a crazy crew. And by crazy, I mean legitimately insane.
Oh yeah. You definitely
I've
need
heard stories of
pirates.
generous.
Yeah, I was about to say, is this a crossover? Oh my god.
Can we go to the full map?
Yeah, sure.
And there hasn't been anything inland. It's all been out at sea.
Yeah.
Correct.
So trackless sea is
This
this region right here. Pretty big region. Yeah.
It is, but
It's about
it also- I mean,
300 or 400 miles across. Yeah.
but it's still.
there are
Let's
islands.
see.
out there.
Like Gundarlin, why is that familiar? Why does that? There's Ice Peak.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet he's somewhere in that area.
He's either, as you pointed out, above it, and he could be.
And I don't mean like above it up here. I mean like above it. Like he is.
Yeah.
He's like in the storm, or he is. Maybe
You
that's how
guys-
strong he is.
Do you guys want me to cast Legend Lore on Imrith?
Oh
Right?
damn! There's a
Mm.
giant fucking protest going out right outside my building right now.
Huh. I can hear it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll mute my mic for this next part.
All right.
But
all right.
careful,
are you gonna
Yeah,
do that then? Legend lore on Imarith?
If you guys want me to.
don't forget, she might be able to sense it. She is.
I don't think so because it does not involve any saves.
It's one of those price of fame situations. You know,
Ah, okay.
it's like the D&D version of hopping on Google.
Ah,
Having her
gotcha.
Wikipedia page.
That makes sense. Yeah, wiki.
Mhm.
Imarith wiki. Alright,
So
yeah, I
everyone
mean,
says
if-
That'd
okay.
be cool. That'd be cool.
Okay. I mean, literally, I'm just gonna read you her Wikipedia entry.
Are
So-
we
Okay.
spending gold
All
on
right,
this?
then it would be
No,
250
we're not
gold
spending
worth.
gold. We've already got the
Yeah, we've already got
But
it.
I would recommend you guys not Google her because she does have a Wikipedia entry and it will spoil the rest of the campaign for you. So it's just
Oh.
a
Gotcha.
disclaimer.
Okay.
So are we spending what gold are we spending on this?
No, we've already.
Well,
got
we've
the-
already bought the incense, so it's okay. We don't have to spend anything else. We'll have
Oh, okay.
500 gold worth of incense, and we're gonna use
Did
250
you
gold worth
use
of it.
party funds to buy?
Yeah, I
it?
was gonna say, did
Yes.
you use
He
party funds
took it out
without
of
telling
the
me?
Gems from.
Well, yeah, we the gems worth.
Who's
basically.
Okay,
keeping
which means
track
I have to go adjust stuff. This is why I was asking.
Oh, okay. We thought you'd known because we were talking about it here.
I was in the bathroom.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah, anytime you
Without your wireless mic or headset?
What? No, what? You guys want to hear me?
anytime time you spend something out of the treasury, you gotta say, "Hey, Salem, I'm
I
taking
gotta
it
like
out of
sift through the litter box.
All right, Crash, hit me with that Wikipedia page on Imra.
All right. This is of course
Actually,
scrubbed to avoid any super spoilers.
So we're gonna hear a lot of redacted.
I guess I could do redacted, or I could just skip over it.
How much gold did you guys use from the
Redacted
gem?
might be more telling than if I didn't do it,
450.
though.
We got a discount.
How much?
450.
Well, it doesn't tell the
450.
future, so anything that hasn't
yeah, that's true.
happened yet.
Oh yeah, I follow you.
It's gonna be like kidnap the Storm King. Oh well.
Let's see.
See, and now I don't know if these like police cars are following the protest as a way of offering support, or if something's about to go down.
Yes.
Yes to all of it. It's
Yeah.
Streaming.
Who else wants to go fighter?
I think we're eventually going to.
Who's gonna back me up? I mean, like right now. Let's go
Not
do it right now.
No.
Right now.
I'll wait until you guys are in the middle of combat with her, and then I'm gonna make friends with her.
First off,
all right.
Mood.
you can't be stealing Saito's things. That's what he does.
All right. So you go ahead and you cast Legend Lore. Let me check to see if there's any crazy RP shit I'm supposed to do as the DM here. Let's see.
We've summoned her to Silvery Moon.
Witness me.
Okay, the lore, blah 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 blah. Okay, that is accurate, but it might be couched in figurative language. No, nobody likes to talk in figurative language. Jesus Christ. Well, Jesus Christ likes to talk in figurative language, but let's see. I'll try my best, I guess. I'll try my best here to ad lib woe is bees in there where possible. All right, you cast a spell. The incense burns up, goes right up into them nostrils. As it does, your eyes, they just melt. And then there's just like two tiny glowing suns in the sockets. Your body completely rigid, slight seizures shaking your whole frame. Tattoos all glowing with the brightness of the midday sun. In your vision, which you speak aloud like you are possessed by some otherworldly entity, you say the following to your allies. Imrith is an immensely powerful, ancient, blue dragon sorceress. She is a shapeshifter. She is a student of the arcane. She is a manipulator, a historian, a schemer, and a powerful force of change in the world of Tyrell. It is said that when she was younger, she tirelessly explored all of the ancient Netherese ruins in the Ascor area in search of more powerful magics. She found those magics and used them to experiment with spells, both outlawed, outdated, and altogether new, sometimes with catastrophic results. She has, over the years, experimented with soul possession, the ability to jump from one body to another, the ability to transcend her physical form and assume the form of a great and powerful spirit. Let's see. One of the first great things that she did was completely destroy Badine camp, murdering all who dwelled there. She then challenged an old dragon in the High Moor, but was defeated. In her defeat, she was pressed to consume and find even more powerful and dangerous magics. So she went to the Forgotten Forest and discovered the Netherese ruins there, and gained even more unspeakable power. It is said that in those ruins, she may have befriended a demi-lich who magically altered her body, and that may be the origin of her shapeshifter abilities. Together with this new demi-lich ally, she terrorized the region of the Delimvir Vale and a pretty decent chunk of the Sword Coast. This was quite a long time ago. Sometime after the excitement of terrorizing the Sword Coast, and the 5-star tanks are coming for you read out on her screen, she left for the deserts of Anauroch. It is there, in those ruins, that she encountered the strongest opponent she'd ever faced, the Faerun, and barely escaped with her life. She became obsessed with the Faerun and their power, and began conducting even more dangerous arcane experiments until she developed 2 signature spells. One that allows her to create powerful gargoyle servants from nearby stone or the corpses of the fallen. The other is her signature spell, Force Burn, a counter spell that, if successful, blasts the spellcaster who has been countered with tremendous force energy, often completely destroying them.
Wow.
Fast forward several centuries. She was challenged by the Company of the Flame Spider, a powerful adventuring band. Not only did she defeat them, but she shackled, collared them, and then used her magics to mentally enslave them, turning them into her pets and personal SWAT team. Most recently, she's been drawn to the events of the Ordning, where she intends to manipulate the quote-unquote small folk and the giants into destroying each other. And that is when Marcus's body just kind of like falls over. The light fades. His eyeballs are actually still there. His tattoos grow dimmer and dimmer. And he kind of comes back to himself.
Well, that wasn't pleasant.
If you had to give this creature a CR, Marcus, it would probably be a 27.
Oh,
Still want to go kill it, Salem?
We can totally take her.
we might have
You and
to.
one army.
You guys, obviously.
Getting an army sounds like a good idea.
All right. So, you know more about your enemy. You have a clue, at least, to investigate who killed the queen, which could lead to answers. I mean, they wouldn't have had a fucking handout if it didn't. Just throwing that out there. And Salem definitely onto something. So I think at that point you just got to decide: do you pursue the Golden Goose chip, and see where that leads, or do you go off of Salem's hunch, secure a ship, and head out into the trackless sea?
I think
Or
evidence over
some
time.
other, or his other plan. You could just, I guess, head to the Anauroch desert, which is right over here, and wander around the desert until you find Imarith and just kill her. And that that I don't think would stop the ordning, but it would definitely be a pretty hype ass fight if you found her.
I feel like you changed your sentence and you were about to say that'd be a pretty hype-ass way to end the campaign.
Oh, wow. I will point out that you guys are knowledgeable enough about magic at this point that if she is in fact as powerful a sorceress as she claims, and she's dealing with magic's quote-unquote lost, outlawed, etc., I mean, if she's obviously able to teleport, right? Kind of get the impression she's either able to polymorph, but polymorph is only beasts, so maybe 9th level shape change at will? Question mark. I mean, there's a lot of unusual abilities that were revealed by Marcus's vision that are hard to quantify. But I mean, it is a powerful being. This is an extremely powerful and evil by most people's standards, especially the people of the Sword Coast.
What if the solution is convincing all the giants that the proper way to complete the ordning is to be the ones to defeat her, and we just turn all of them loose on her?
Well, given how successful you guys were with your last attempt at politics with the giants, I am frightened and excited to see if you could go to the leaders of each of the giants and somehow convince them that they should all work together with you.
We don't need to go and convince the leaders. We just need to supplant the leaders with the people that we just met.
Now, there's also the whole thing that's, I mean, if the king
We've
is still
already
alive,
done it with the hill giants.
if you find the king and you get the king back, like, the king is the boss of all the giants in the north, in the Sword Coast, in the Great Sea. Like, if he's back, like, part of why everybody is acting a fool is because he's not around to stop them. You've definitely gotten the feeling that if Hecaton was here, he would be putting down, like, Thor's hammer, or putting Thor's hammer up people's ass and being like, knock this shit off. It's only the disappearance of the king that seems to really embolden the other giant tribes to start shit. I mean, the timing, as you guys have kind of discovered, works out that, like, yeah, the ordning's happening, but, like, he disappeared, like, right as it dropped. So, like, the combination of, like, you know, neutral good daddy's not here to stop us, we can do whatever we want, like, huge power vacuum, this is our chance. It's all kind of mixed up in that.
I think we should go for the riverboat first. If we can find any evidence and possibly even avenge ourselves upon the killers of the queen, it might go a long way in convincing him to, you know, come back and stop this craziness.
I agree. I
That
think
is a good
Yartar
argument
is
for it.
probably that's probably the play.
All right. So the real question is, how are we going to get back in there without storming it? Because that would just cause more problems for us.
On the bright side, you have a whole week to figure out your infiltrate Yartar plan. Which, honestly, if you guys were able to talk your way out of the shit that you just talked your way out of, I mean, this woman is very reasonable by comparison. The River Baroness. So, you know, just saying. You guys just, like, hung your balls out of your pants against, like, 5 giant lords and 3 princesses of, like, the Storm Giant court in their palace. And, I mean, you guys are worrying about, you know, a river baroness. Just saying.
Action economy crash. That's why.
Yeah.
That's true. Giants are apparently notoriously slow breeders, because they just don't have those numbers. Could you imagine? There are people that run like Forgotten Realms campaigns during the Age of the Giants, where like everyone just plays as a giant, because like giants were the dominant race in Turil. It
Sounds
just
wild.
blows
That'd
my
be
mind,
crazy.
right? Ugh.
But
Okay.
I feel like that would totally change the dynamic because you are the top of the food chain just starting out at level 1.
Oh yeah, the stuff that you would be facing would just be I couldn't imagine the campaign going past like level 9 tops, you know what I mean? Because you're already like a 9th level creature when you start the campaign, so it's not like you would class level past like 9, I don't think, but still it'd be pretty cool. So all right, on that note, I'm going to head out. You guys have a lot of planning, but you have a week to do so. Things are lightening up a little bit for me, day job wise. But now I start the non-stop Dungeons and Dragons. So 2 games on Sunday, a game on Monday, be a player in a game on Tuesday, 1 shot on Wednesday, Skull and Shackles Thursday, back with you guys Friday, running a 1 shot for a group of people on Saturday, back to 2 games on Sunday, Odyssey on Monday, player on Tuesday, another 1 shot on Wednesday, Skull and Shackles Thursday, back to you guys on Friday, and I think on Saturday I can rest. So, yeah. So, but the 1 shots are for extra life, and that's cool. So,
A very good cause.
yeah, I think we have room for 1 more, maybe, for Hero Quest on Wednesday. Not
No
100%
one
sure.
volunteered to play the bard yet.
Yeah, we're asking like a bard to play the bard, but I haven't heard back yet. So maybe not. The Chult game is full up, so that's closed. I haven't posted Princess Heist yet. That's going to be in July. Other announcements tomorrow evening. There's going to be a live stream / Discord discussion about the book club book, Kings of the Wild. So we're going to stream it and discuss it for an hour, or just stream the discussion of the book for an hour.
I got a question about the book club thing.
Yeah.
What do you guys use? Do you guys actually like pick up the book? It's like audio.
Some people read the book, some people listen to it. My stipulation when I set it up is that you had to pick a book that had an audio version, because accessibility. Not everybody's good at reading. Yeah. So you could do the book or the audio one. Yeah. The Kings of the Wild is a fantastic book. So good. If you've already read the book and you want to jump in on the discussion, like, that's totally cool too.
I have not.
Oh,
So I gotta start.
You would love it.
Kings of the Wild.
Kings of the Wild, you would love it.
Okay.
I'm only
gonna
up
go.
to chapter 9. I broke down and got Audible. And,
Oh, yeah.
I started listening to it. It's a slow start, but it starts getting good. So.
I'm probably gonna just break down and get it also. Then Kings of the Wild.
I like Audible quite a bit. I used to have to drive a lot for different jobs, so I've had Audible since it was invented, I guess. Yeah.
I won't be able to join in on the discussion of
No, but
read it.
But if you're starting late, you and I could talk about it with Salem. We can.
Fair enough.
Man.
And also, there are people that couldn't make the time tomorrow, so everyone's welcome, of course, to set up other times to talk about it that do work for them. And then we're gonna do a sub channel just about that book, so people can go in and talk about it.
Thanks everybody for showing up to the stream. Appreciate it. That'll be the end of it so far. Have a good rest of your weekend, guys. See ya.